Experience.
Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by DraftKings. Smash the like, sub to the channel, and strap yourself in for a new edition of CUST Corner.
CUST Corner, it's CUST Corner. CUST Corner, it's CUST Corner. He's got the hottest takes with the highest stakes. He should be president of the United States, but it's CUST Corner, it's CUST Corner. CUST Corner.
Now, something that's been annoying me in the last week or so, I don't know when this trend began, is I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for, get your Black Friday deal starting now. And I mean, first, Black Friday is not really a thing in Canada. We don't have Thanksgiving this time of year. Boxing Day was our big time of sales. But let's postpone that. Black Friday is on Friday. There's no reason for you to be getting these deals early than Black Friday. You want a deal, you want a great deal on Black Friday, then you have to, on Thanksgiving night, go outside and sit in that lineup and wait with everybody else to get that TV for $45. I'm sorry, there needs to be a sacrifice here. The whole purpose of Black Friday is that it's on this day that you get incredible deals. I know people have become coddled and feel like they need to have Black Friday deals and everything for 3 weeks in advance. And it's the same as stores here who start their Boxing Day sales 4 days before Christmas. It's like, it's so foolish. Black Friday is on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. That's when the deals are supposed to be. I have absolutely no time for this idea that you should be able to cash in on this deal 6 days early. No, be a grown-up, get yourself ready, go early, get ready to get in there when they open that door, when those sales are on, and then you've earned your extra big sale. Don't you tell me that you get to have Black Friday sales, from the comfort of your couch on a Tuesday afternoon. That's not Black Friday, and that's not the way these sales work. It's destroying a tradition, and it makes no sense. I can't stand it. It's just an example of the softness of culture sometimes, where people don't have to make any sacrifice, don't have to do anything extra, and are just handed deals ahead of time. Like, your exam is on Wednesday, but here's the answers to the questions on Monday. Here you go, sort of thing. I'm really, really, really annoyed by it. It's not right.
What do you think the point Black Friday is?
To get great sales.
You realize that they don't do it, to really benefit the consumer. Why do you think Black Friday exists?
It's called Black Friday because it's the day that the company goes into the black for the year.
Okay. Why do you think that they have Black Friday sales, Tim?
In order to get people to spend their money at Christmas time.
Or, it's not even, would you call the day after Thanksgiving Christmas time?
This is the start of the Christmas shopping season in the U.S., absolutely.
So if it was marketed that way, because you had to go to a brick and mortar in order to do it, what if you could take that same concept and make it a week long, and then get this, Jeff, they might spend their money all week long and buy even more stuff.
Then do it the week after Black Friday. Don't do it before. No. You got to earn it. The best deals should go to the early birds.
Yeah, so you should be buying it on Tuesday.
Jeff's on mute, I think.
Tell me you don't know how to use Amazon without telling me you don't know how to use Amazon is essentially railing on everybody.
Well, no, Amazon has its own day. It has Cyber Monday. What is it even doing encroaching on Black Friday?
Do you think this is some sort of copyrighted thing specific to a company?
Cyber Monday belongs to the brick and mortar.
Have you ever ordered anything?
No.
Have you ever ordered anything from the internet to your front door?
Personally, myself, I don't think I actually have. I've gotten people to do it for me. Here's the thing. Cyber Mondays for all your online discount sales. Black Fridays for the brick and mortar store for that person.
Oh shit! There's
Thanksgiving
shit on Amazon 80% off right now.
Who leaves Thanksgiving dinner when they're finished and goes and sits in the cold and waits until 4 a.m. when they open that store so that they can go in there and get that flat screen TV for $106.
Why are you like promoting the lowest form of American consumerism and these freaks that line up at those doors and beat the shit out of each other and stampede each other and just are just like make a worldwide mockery of that society. Like, why do you think
Well,
that's
look, I don't endorse the violence or the stampeding, of course, but I do think there's something utterly charming about people waiting for that first second when the stores open on Black Friday to get their great deals. I mean, I think there's something there's something historical and interesting about that I enjoy. And you know what? It's earned. It's like you're earning that discount.
what's earned is being able to sit at home on Tuesday night with 4 clicks and buy it.
That's not earned.
Yeah,
That's the opposite of earned. That's slovenly.
So how about the people that don't have the ability to go to the Black Friday sales, like the people who are working or everything's closed that day, daycares are shut down, they have to stay home with their kids, they can't leave at 4 a.m, so they're not entitled to any deals.
Well, in the U.S., almost all those people are off work because it's a holiday. Secondly, that's what Cyber Monday is for.
Well, hold on. I just gave you the 2 examples. There are people working, so they're not buying stuff on Black Friday. Then you have the other people. If people are off, there's no daycares open. Were they bringing their kids with them at 4 a.m? You know, kids work.
You're such a stupid mark. Also, like
no, I'm not.
These people that wait in line because the flyer says they got some 58-inch Samsung on sale for $88, when in reality there's only 2 in the goddamn store and there's 300 people outside. Like, you're so stupid.
Yeah, how dare you go try to find a deal at Christmas time when things are expensive? How dare you try to find
It's easy to find a deal. You just log on to the fucking website, you moron.
Start your Black Friday sale online for a week on Black Friday then. Don't start it early. No.
Look, right here. Here's the one. Early Black Friday deals on Fire
I don't
TVs.
endorse the early stuff, just like I don't endorse early Boxing Day sales. I don't endorse early President's Day sales. It shouldn't be early. It should be starting at the time that it starts, and there should be an advantage to the people who go out there in the cold and are first in line. The same way that the person who's first in line to buy concert tickets, that whole Taylor Swift thing. Wouldn't it have been easier if there were no online sales? You had to go to the box office. When we were younger, you had to go to the box office when it was time to buy tickets, and there was no such thing as this person could scoop them all up. It was based on who got there first and stood in that line. And there was something democratic and just about that we have lost.
It was the people with the most time on their hands.
Democratic and just to see who's paying the most to homeless people to wait in the lines.
That may have happened in some instances. But you know what?
I slept out for wrestling tickets when I was 13, Jeff. I don't think I'd have the same sort of ability to go out and do that now.
That is a great story.
That's great. I was 13. As a 38-year-old, am I 38 or 37? Am I 37? Paul, how old are you?
You're 37.
I'm 37.
We're 37.
You get to a certain age, you can't even remember anymore. Yeah. I don't have the ability to do that.
This is a microcosm of Tim being like really anti the people at McDonald's who mobile order until he realized he himself can mobile order and was offended that people would get there.
Yes, I am. I got there first.
But now you mobile order and you don't think about those people waiting in line.
I don't mobile order. I use the app to get deals, but I go through the drive-thru like everybody else. I'm not mobile ordering anything.
If you order something off of the Amazon, don't you have to get a friend to do it for you, though?
My brother usually does it for me.
See, so this is what it really comes down to, is that you don't know how to do any of this stuff, so you're mad that other people are already getting deals.
And I shouldn't have to learn. I should be able to go out at 5 a.m. and stand in line at Best Buy and get that deal first, and I should be the one who gets it because I'm the one who stood out there in the cold.
Adapt or die, buddy.
Yeah.
The early bird should get the worm. I don't have your online sales for people who don't want to go out to the brick and mortar. Have it for that week after.
Which is basically everyone besides you.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think I saw a study not long ago that only 50% of households purchase things online on a routine basis.
Oh, that must be a tough. People got a lot of time to waste.
So I'm opposed to all of that. I really think we'd be better off if
Why would we be better off? Please explain that to me.
Well, what does it reflect of a culture? It's just we can't wait. We can't delay gratification at all. No. It's got to be early.
So you think that I am better served as a human getting up after a holiday at 4 a.m. to wait in the fucking cold outside of a door with a bunch of absolute goobers who are trying to fight over, as Jeff said, 2 TVs when they think that there's 300 inside, or I can just sit in my house, take 2 minutes, and buy it on Wednesday.
I think our culture is better served not, allowing a week and a half of early this and early that and early this.
The whole fucking thing exists to get you to buy it.
I appreciate that, but it's
No,
also like
it doesn't seem like you appreciate that is why this
sales
exists.
Are a thing. Door crasher sales are a thing, and there's sometimes you get like a rush from being the person who got that door crash deal.
Wow.
Are these the same?
Yeah.
Are these the same assholes who are addicted to fucking scratch tickets like you?
Can you what is your door crashing experience that gave you this natural high you're talking about?
I once stood out because my mother needed one of those food processing machines, and so I door crashed when the store opened and got it like 85% off, and it was such a thrill. And I go by all the time by that sort of see what the price is these days, just to make sure I did indeed get the deal I thought I did. And I did. I got that deal. So like you can get great deals if you have the stick-to-itiveness. You get up early, you go to the store, and you get that deal on the actual day, on the actual Black Friday.
What did
really?
you reward yourself with after you got such a great deal?
I can get you a $700 food processor right now for $189. It'll be here by Thursday.
So I got mine a little cheaper than that.
How much was it initially?
It was a little bit more than that.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
When was this?
I got it a little cheaper than that.
When was this?
This was Black Friday of 2018 or Black Friday 2017.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, one of those two
we outed
Fridays.
you as a liar either last week or the week before. Don't feel like this ever happened.
Yeah, no, I did. I took the day off work. I took a vacation day so I could go to Black Friday for this.
What was the make and model of this food processor?
It was a Cuisinart.
It was a Cuisinart.
Exactly.
How
Quality
much?
stuff.
How much is the most expensive Cuisinart, Pat? Look that up.
I don't know what the most.
We may catch someone in a lie here.
Yeah, let's see.
No, it was a Cuisinart that's usually about $750.
I'm looking at them right now. Food processors are not cheap. I can tell you that much. I mean,
they're not.
You can buy cheap ones. You probably don't want to buy those ones. Let's see. The most expensive. Oh, did you get it at the Bay?
It doesn't matter where I got it. I'm not going to say the store.
Why'd you say the store?
I'm not going to say the store.
Because you haven't thought of what the lie is of where you bought it?
No, I'm just not going to say the store.
You say what the store is.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Why?
Because I'm not going to do it.
I don't understand why you won't.
Why would you say
I don't need people knowing all the places that I shop.
I'm trying to look on the fucking website to see how much the stuff is to see if you're lying or not. It really sounds like you're lying.
There could be other deals that I could get that if I'm giving away where I'm shopping, people will know where those deals are.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I'm fucking serious. What is the most expensive Cuisinart?
I ordered a sound bar off of Twitter. A Twitter
Yes, we
ad.
talked about this.
And got the Black Friday deal, and it's gonna show up before Black Friday. I don't have to wait in lines. I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have bought it if I had to go to the store to get this deal. Like I'm not going and doing that.
The most expensive Cuisinart food processor at the Bay at the moment is $449. So Tim, I think they may have jacked up the price on you just to give you a sweet deal in store.
No, they wouldn't have done that to me.
My favorite thing that happened in this whole conversation is Tim not wanting to tell the stores that he shops at because he's worried someone in the PME universe is going to go buy the rice cooker he's been eyeing.
How do you feel about targeted ads, Tim?
I have no problem with targeted ads.
They're the best.
I don't think they're the best.
I have bought so much
low
low-quality clothing off Instagram just through targeted ads. Nothing like being up at 5 a.m., the kids get up too early, I'm half asleep on the couch, nothing to do, scrolling through Instagram or Twitter or whatever, like, that jacket looks pretty good, I'll buy that. And it shows up, it's like an incorrect size, not quite the color I wanted. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But I guess targeted ads don't mean anything to you if you can't order them.
Well, I'm interested in what various items are out there for purchase, but I don't know how to buy them.
Why don't
I'm looking at one. I'm looking at looking at one right now. I think that's exactly what it was. $700. That's what it costs.
Oh, really? Give me the website and where you can find.
So it's not a food processor. Okay, so I guess there's a difference between a food processor and like a kitchen mixer.
Okay, sure.
This was a kitchen mixer that I bought my mom. Like she wanted stuff that she could that had the hook that you could knead the dough with and stuff.
So Paul, doesn't it seem like his story keeps changing?
Yeah, I think the weirdest thing is that he won't tell us like what chain store he went to, as if he's concerned that somebody is going to go to the exact location where he lives.
No, it's because he doesn't want to give the name of the store so I can look it up and tell him that he's not right and that he's lying.
What percentage of our listeners do you think lives in Nova Scotia?
I'm not saying where I buy my stuff. I don't like doing that.
Like
What sort of chain?
Less than 0.01%? Like,
oh no, yeah, actually Tim knows for sure because he knows all the numbers as we found out earlier.
And all of them are your friends?
I just don't understand
know where
what
you shop?
chain store, like what chain store he's afraid to admit he's been to for his mom. Like that is so weird.
I think I found it. I'm going to put it in the group chat, but I'll put it from the company's website so I don't give you the store.
No, give us from the store. We want to know where you bought it from.
I'm not saying where I bought it from. I'm not going to tell you.
Because I'm looking at the Bay right now, and for kitchen mixers, the most expensive was $549.
Well, I didn't.
Really raised my antenna as to
Yeah.
where this was because you're being so weird about it.
Yeah, is it like did you buy it like a sex shop or something like that? Like where
I just
you
don't
buying
want to tell people. People don't need to know where I'm shopping, okay?
But you
always tell
talk
people
about
that
where
you go-
you're shopping. You talk about where you're eating. Like what? I don't understand.
All the time you tell people that you're going to McDonald's. All the time you tell people that you love the Bay. Now all of a sudden you're not going to say what store you bought something at?
You talk about the employees and seniors you harass at specific grocery stores, or the employees that you bug at Costco, like asking, hey, where's the freezer section, as opposed to literally just finding where it's cold in there.
And there's only 2 Costco's in this general area, so
I think it was Costco.
Much...
He doesn't shop at many stores.
No.
I bet you bought this thing at Costco.
I bet you it was Costco too.
Costco kitchen.
Was it the one in Dartmouth or the one in
Halifax? Costco kitchen mixer. What was the name? Cuisinart?
No, I've got it. Here it is. Here's exactly the one that I bought.
Is it
I'm going to send it to you.
Is it from the website?
It's not a Cuisinart. It's a KitchenAid.
Did you buy
so
it?
The story has changed
Here it is.
again.
Wow, new brand,
No, here
new
it is.
brand all of a sudden.
Here it is. This is the exact one that I bought.
So you bought it off their website?
No, I just found it on the website.
Okay, so where'd you go to buy it?
I'm not telling you the store.
Because you didn't fucking do it.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Look at my mom. Take a look at it.
Then tell us the store. Tell us the store you bought it so I can fact check your price.
I'm not telling you the store.
Oh, Tim, my wife's got this thing.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, my wife has it too.
I don't even want to tell you. I had to slug this thing back on an airplane once because she got in the hot pink color she wanted. That was really annoying. But you bought this thing at Costco. I know.
I'm not telling you where I bought it.
No, because I'm right.
I refuse to say where I got it.
Can you say if I'm right or not?
No, but that would be the same thing as saying that. I'm just not going to say.
No, but I'm pretty sure you only have like 3 or 4 stores you go to, period.
I go to malls.
I'm gonna say if it's at Costco, there's none at Costco that cost that much.
It's somewhere that Cuisinart's a high-end brand. So
It's not Cuisinart.
I don't even know if Costco sells that.
It's KitchenAid. Because he's changed his story again, by the way.
Here's the mixer that Tim bought from Costco.
Yeah, but they don't sell those at Costco.
Costco has things come in and out constantly. He got it from Costco. The fact that he gets so nervous every single time we say Costco for whatever reason.
Yeah, do you think that people will think less of you because you shop at Costco?
Was this the same time you ate the ladies' samples when there were people still in
Oh,
line?
no. That was only a few months ago.
And that was at Costco.
Okay, those were not the ladies' samples. They're my samples. I took them. They're mine. Why is it her samples?
Well, because she's in line behind you, and you shouldn't take more than one and clean out. You shouldn't empty the tray when there's people behind you.
I didn't know she was behind me.
So you have
And I was gonna buy the product.
You seem like you'd be a really easy person to rob. Is this why you don't want people knowing where you shop?
I don't need people to know everywhere that I shop.
But
am I not entitled to some privacy? Am I not entitled to some?
Well, it just makes it sound like you're lying. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, fine. I don't
just
care.
admit you're lying. Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. I got a great deal on this kitchen mixer because I went as soon as they opened at 7 a.m. on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm. Don't believe you.
I still don't know why you're afraid to mention a chain store.
It doesn't matter where I bought it. What matters is I feel like I earned this Christmas gift deal that I bought for my mom.
Listen, you're a great son. You got up early. You got her what she wanted.
I took the day off work. I went early.
So you gave up money to wait in line when you could have just bought it online.
I didn't give up money. It's just a vacation day. It's not wait. You're giving up money.
Oh, is that how it works?
I used a vacation day.
I work in the real world. We don't get those.
Anyway, I used a vacation day, went early, got the product, got a deal, earned the deal. And I don't like the idea that other people get to sit in their pajamas and sip their coffee 3 days before the event and get the same deal. I'm sorry, I don't think that's right.
Costco doesn't open until 9 a.m., so it may not be Costco. Because he said 7 a.m.
The nerve of Tim to be upset as someone else is able to make their mom happy for the holidays, from the comfort of their own home.
He's like the chutzpah. He's like the crabs in a bucket. You know, someone's about to get something nice. Tim just needs to drag them back down.
I could see Christmas holiday dinner happening at the Andersons, and Tim is just so happy to show his mom for his mom to unwrap the gift, and then his cousin gets his mom a gift that he got online, and Tim's just there railing as people are giving him credit for that sale he got on the internet.
That is exactly how I feel.
That's a sad scene. Let's get to the second set of games here. The late games, if you will. Vegas is at Seattle. Seattle's a 4.5-point favorite against Vegas. 47.5 is the over-under. Big win. You must have been loving that, Jeff. The Raiders getting that win in overtime last week.
Why did you lie to me? Why did you lie to me? I'm looking on the store's website right now, and it's right there. Why would you lie to me?
What website?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll take this offline.
What do you? No. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, we will not.
So they do sell it at Costco?
Store.
So is it at Costco or the Bay where you're getting it from?
It was at a store, okay? I'm looking on that store's website, and the store...
What other than like a female lingerie store, what would be weird?
I was being accused of lying when I wasn't lying.
You are lying,
by people who were lying to me.
But you are lying, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Sounds like you're lying.
I'm looking at it right now on the website.
I don't believe you. I was looking at the website too. I don't see it.
What
website is it?
You're being awfully sneaky.
Why do you think you deserve so much credit for going to buy some Cuomo books early in the morning and stumbling upon a sale for your mom?
Whoa. How dare you, Jeffrey? How dare you? How dare you? I earned the sale because I went early, okay?
So are you saying
what time's early? Because these American door crashers are at 6, and Tim is pointing and Paul's pointing out the stores here don't really open that early.
On Black Friday, the malls open early.
And also, you say you earned this. Are you saying that the deal wouldn't exist if you didn't go?
What I'm saying is I went up, I was early. I don't know what kind of stock they have in items. I don't know how quickly people are going to be in there to buy everything.
So it's the Bay?
It's the Bay because he said the mall opens early.
Costco
is not connected to the mall.
There's all kinds of
it
other
is
places.
the Bay that he went to.
I'm not going to say where I went.
In Halifax.
Like Canadian Tire? Like where you spend your Canadian Tire bucks? What are we talking
No,
about?
he went to the Bay at the Halifax Mall. We found out the story.
And it's a real trash bay, too. It is the lowest budget bay you could ever go into. I'm shocked they have this.
I'm not going to even get into this. I'm not confirming any stores.
The Artisan stand mixer. What color did you get it in?
I'm not. I got my mom a red mixer.
Okay. Yeah, because when you said when I went and looked it up on the Bay, I was under food processors because you told me it was a food processor.
Apparently, those were different things.
They are different things.
I thought like any machine.
Do you know what a food processor does?
I mean, clearly I don't.
Okay, that's fair. Can we get to the second set of games now? Are
Yes.
you sure?
Thank you for conceding I was right. Let's move on. These sales shouldn't exist early.
I don't think anyone agreed with you on that. You would have to have, like, I don't know, really nothing going on in your life to think that way. I'm sorry about
Tim.
that.
Also, like, I hate to close out the argument like this, but these sales go on all freaking year long.
It's true.
Like all year, literally all year, big box stores are having sales all the time.
Because they want to get rid of they want to make sales. So
I like buying things.
You're a great consumer, Tim. If only you knew how to use the internet.
Tim, the world needs more people like you out there saving brick and mortar, because one day it's going to be gone, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think in my lifetime, but eventually. Okay, so this week, something's been bothering me is this whole, I don't know when this became a thing, but this whole idea of backing up your phone. Like, our friend of ours, like, had phone trouble, and so he backed up his phone. Apparently you're supposed to have multiple backup phones. And if your phone goes down, you've got to have another phone on the ready to go to back it up. And I don't understand who A has got the money for backup phones to sit around their house, or B, how that even works. Like, it's not clear to me how my backup phone has all the info from my SIM card that it knows what my real phone has. So how is it that, okay, I lose my phone today? Like, do I call my internet provider and say, okay, I need my SIM card Bluetooth connected to my old phone so that my old phone has all my stuff in it so that it works? Like, who's doing that? How is that not clear to anybody? Why do I have to keep up backup phones? I don't understand this. It seems ludicrous to me. If you lose your phone, I mean, that's very unfortunate, but apparently everybody has backup phones, I've been told. Why do you have I don't know how people have these things.
I can help you here, Tim.
Thank you, Paul.
You have multiple drivers, right? We were talking about it, like drivers for your golf bag. It's kind of like phones. Like, you use your phone every single day. You probably need like a couple backup phones, right?
But I got mocked for having multiple drivers in my bag, for having my 1 wood and my 2 wood and my 3 wood. I was mocked for this. But so, like, they don't offer you a backup phone when you go to the iStore to buy a new phone or whatever. They don't say, oh, make sure you pick up this as your backup phone. Well, how do you back up your phone then? Like, well, people can't afford to buy backup phones. Maybe they can. I have no idea. But here I'm being told by everybody that, you've got to have backup phones. So you're so irresponsible not having your backup. Like, what are you talking about? People don't have money to have, like, stockpiles of phones in their house. This is insane.
Is this a bit?
No, I told you. I didn't want to tell you what it was, Jeff.
Like, I don't. Yeah, but just let him talk. Like, don't interrupt. Just let him talk. But am I like?
No,
working. Like,
no. What happened was someone asked him how often he backs up his phone, and then this is what it turned into.
No, I don't back up my phone. I don't have multiple phones sitting all over the place. Why would I have multiple phones? I trade in my old phone for my new phone. I don't have multiple phones. A friend of ours said this weekend that, like, his phone stopped, so he backed it up and he grabbed his old phone and started using it. Well, I was like, who even has their old phone? I don't have a phone. I just have my phone, not the backup phone.
Are you a baby lamb?
Oh, so you have, how many phones do you have, Jeffrey? 6? 5?
You have 14 phones.
Am I that stupid? Like, everyone has backup phones, apparently. I don't have a backup phone. I can guarantee you my folks don't have backup phones. I was with them when they got their phones, and no one at the store told them they should have backup phones. Am I that dumb? Like, everyone else has backup phones. I don't understand in this day and age how that's possible. People live, by and large, paycheck to paycheck, and we're expected to all have backup
What
phones.
I don't understand, you're right, is how this is possible.
You're right. I don't understand it. I don't even know how it works. I don't even understand the process. Like, if I lose my phone, let's say I had an old iPhone sitting on my drawer, I charge it up. How does it know to read the data off my SIM card on my old one onto my new one?
Tim, there's
how
no
does it even know to do that?
Hold on. Before we get into this entire thing, which I promise we'll get to in a second, Your SIM card is just an activation for your network. It doesn't.
It's like a flash drive for your
no,
phone.
it's not. It does not have all of your stuff on it. If you took your SIM card out of your phone right now and plugged it into a different phone, you would just have your phone number. That's it. Like your Twitter is not on your SIM card.
Well, you said it has my networks, all my social networks.
No, it doesn't have your social. Jesus Christ.
Your
You
network.
said it has my networks. Yeah, my social
to
network,
connect.
my contact network.
No,
all my
like from your
networks.
provider, from
Bell,
from the
Rogers,
service
TELUS,
provider.
Verizon, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
It connects you to the internet or to their phone.
Towers. It connects you to their
Yeah.
towers.
Yeah, because it's an ID number or whatever. It's got
That
all my
has
info
nothing
in
to
it.
do with Facebook.
And then it like Bluetooth tethers to the cloud or whatever. It has all my stuff.
Well, you're getting closer here to what the actual question was at hand. Tim, people aren't walking around with backup phones. People are backing up their phones on their computer.
Drug dealers walk around with multiple phones.
Yeah, they have burner phones. Stringer Bell has burner phones. What was asked of you in the first place is whether you back up your phones, which would be all of the information on your phone.
We explicitly discussed.
Yes.
Everyone saying they had backup phones.
Yes. When you say everyone, the three of us trolling you in our group chat. Yes, that's what we did.
Oh my God, you're screwing with me.
No, you're screwing with everyone.
Yeah.
You're screwing with me.
Yes. We didn't think that you would fall for such an obvious lie.
Let's just cut this. I have another topic. This is stupid.
I was also screwing with you when I brought up the golf club thing.
Well, no, but like our friend Tim Butt, I'll say his name. Tim Butt told me this weekend his phone stopped working, so he backed up his phone. Has a backup phone that he uses.
Yeah, no.
And I asked about this, and he said, who doesn't have a backup phone?
That is true. He does have, I have my old iPhone at home that if anything happened to my phone right now, all I would have to do is plug it in or even just download, my cloud information because everything's saved to my cloud.
So everybody has a backup phone, apparently.
Not everyone has a backup phone, but everyone backs up their phone. Well, they're supposed to back up their phone so you don't lose
backs it up.
I mean, all the information on your phone right now, that if you turn on your iCloud and you pay for your iCloud for the $1 a month or whatever it is,
I don't pay for anything.
Well, then you probably haven't backed up your phone. That's why we asked you if you were backing up your phone.
What are you talking about?
You sound like you need a backup phone.
Sounds like he needs a burner, a flip phone burner.
I know what the cloud is.
Yeah, so you can upload your information, your pictures, your social media, things that you have saved on your phone into the cloud. So if anything happens to your phone, you can just pull out a new phone and download it all directly to that phone. You don't have to change your SIM card.
What?
It's like we're from the future, isn't it?
So what I do when I get a new phone, I ask the people at the desk to please transfer over all my info from this phone to that phone.
Oh my God! Did they plug
out this device?
Do they plug?
They bring out this device and they plug things in, and they do all this stuff while I wait in the store, and then I get my new phone, and all my old stuff is on there.
Yeah, you could just do that yourself in 5 minutes.
No, I don't have that I don't have that technology. I don't have that machine.
If you
They do it
got
at the store for you, they throw it in. It's all part of the price. They do it all for you there at the store.
You pay for that?
I don't think that I do pay for it, but they do it for you at the store. It's all part of the package.
Tim, if you got a new computer, like a new laptop,
I would go to.
What would you do to get all of your files from your old computer to your new computer?
If I bought it at the Best Buy, and I would, because I usually go there, I'd get the Geek Squad to do whatever needs to be done.
You're bringing your old computer in to go buy a computer?
Your backup computer, Tim.
You don't know how to transfer files?
I mean, that's all.
Anything important, I would attach to emails and email to myself.
I mean, that's all.
That way, I can open an email.
If you use Apple, I'm sure this works with PCs as well. Like with your Google accounts, you just transfer your Google over. No matter what computer I'm on, as long as it's part of my network. So my laptop, my home computer, I
don't understand.
I have access to all of the same files on each of the computers.
The man emails himself files.
I've been doing it for years. I always email myself the most important files. That way it doesn't get lost if the internet goes down. Or not the internet goes down, but if I lose access to my computer.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't everybody do that?
No.
I mean, I don't think that's terrible practice. I'll give you that, just to have a backup of a backup of a backup. But if you just saved everything to the cloud, you just have access to it at all times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, maybe we can get some tech guys to help. You had another topic, you said.
Yeah, something else today is frustrating the heck out of me. I'm going to the grocery store, and like, who's buying shortbread cookies in November for Christmas? They won't last. Who's buying these various cakes that say Merry Christmas on them? They won't last.
Do you want me to answer this in the politically incorrect way? Fat people.
Well, then why does it need to say Merry Christmas on it? Why does it have to be all decorated for the holiday? No. They're not buying it for Christmas. They won't last. I don't understand who the market is.
Christmas
I don't know who's
parties
buying.
start this week.
Yeah. The first week of December, Christmas parties.
They've been out for 2 weeks. I saw a cake last weekend saying Merry Christmas on it. There's no one having a Christmas party on the 21st of November. That's not happening. Who is this for? Have I lost my mind? What's going on here?
Maybe people just like shortbread cookies. I do.
I do too. But like, you're not buying them for Christmas. They're out for Christmas.
Well, I don't really care what's on them. I just want the shortbread cookies. They could be regular shortbread cookies. If they were dressed up like Christmas flavor or Christmas colors, I wouldn't be like, well, I can't have these. It's not Christmas.
I would.
Fair enough.
I don't understand who the marketplace is for this stuff.
People who are hungry?
It seems it's madness to me. I don't understand like who's buying the. Obviously, people must be because they're in the stores, but I don't get it. It makes me very angry. They're taking up space on the shelf from good stuff.
Like what? What is it taking the place of? More
well,
shortbread
it's still
cookies?
fall, and I can't find any pumpkin stuff that I'm looking for.
Well, it's past Halloween.
No, but pumpkin stuff goes all the way through November too.
Does it?
It's past Thanksgiving in America.
So what? I still need to get what's mine.
What do you want?
I want like pumpkin flavored muffins and cookies and stuff. And like it's taking up space from the normal stuff.
But the pumpkin stuff isn't normal stuff.
It's fall stuff. It's what should be there now.
No, we're on to like peppermint season.
No, not yet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're there.
Not
it's
yet.
It's darker out. It's peppermint season.
Yeah, the moment it starts getting dark before you leave work, it's officially Christmas time in stores.
I'm sorry, I have to. So, like, how do you back up your phone? I don't understand this. Okay, I plug my phone into my computer.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I've done that before when the power's out to give it power.
Okay.
So, like, does the computer just read it?
Yeah.
And know it?
Yes. Well, you punch in your code on your phone, whatever your passcode is. What's your passcode?
I'm not going to tell you.
Nah,
like other people on this,
I got Cam to do
I have
that
it written down. I will. I'm not going to tell you what my passcode is.
Fair enough. But no, that's one way where you can back it up. And now you can just do it like through the cloud. You can just do it like through Wi-Fi.
And then what? So then I get the new phone and I bring my computer into the store with.
Why do you have to bring your computer into the store? You can just bring your fucking phone.
How's my phone going to get the new stuff on it then?
Because you plug it into your computer if you want to.
I'm not leaving the store with a phone I can't use.
What?
Are you crazy? I'm not leaving the store without a phone I can't use. It doesn't have my contacts in it. You said my contacts are in the cloud in my computer.
Yeah, you just bring it home, plug it in your computer.
So then I need to bring the computer with me. I'm not walking out of the store with a phone I can't use.
Well, I mean, you could just download it from the cloud immediately if you wanted to, but apparently, like, you want to plug it in.
I don't understand how any of this works. It makes me very anxious.
Do you understand? Okay, do you understand when, like, let's call it an external hard drive? Do you know what an external hard drive is?
Yes.
Okay, so the cloud is an external hard drive. Personally, for you, it just doesn't have any wires. It automatically goes into it if you pay for it.
Okay.
So then it's just there. It's an external hard drive with all your information on it. So whenever you need to grab something from it, you can from your devices.
So why is everyone got why do you have that backup phone, or Tim has his backup phone to back things up?
He doesn't have a backup phone to back things up. He has a backup phone.
He told us he had a backup phone to back things up.
He has a
because
he's fucking lying to you. He has another phone. I have another iPhone at home. My old iPhone from like 5 years ago. That if my phone broke and I needed to get all of my information, I could turn on that phone and just download everything I need onto it. Then I have my phone.
My brain hurts.
This is Jeff. Did this deliver on what I promised you?
It was very weird. It's kind of like like you're surprised, but you're not surprised based on other things Tim has said in the past. But to be that clueless about it, I don't know. That's pretty weird.
Paul, you had a comment on this?
And to be that gullible too, to think that everyone's walking around with like 3 burners.
Oh no, but I've been yelled at. I've been yelled at in the past by a friend saying, people aren't out to get you. People aren't out to just tell you lies and confuse you.
Well, when you say the most moronic things and you hang the fruit that low, they can't resist.
I simply asked why he had backup phones. Because that's the way it was.
Do you still think your car charger can blow up your car?
No, but my car charger broke the other day.
Okay.
It snapped off. The little end snapped off.
Hopefully someone gets you a new one for Christmas now that they're hearing this.
I had to go to the store and buy a pair of tweezers that owned me so I could pull the thing out of my phone.
Oh, out of your phone?
Like the little metal part snapped off.
How did that
and it
happen?
was stuck. I don't know, but it
You must have
snapped
been real
off.
rough with that.
I don't know. I pulled it out and it snapped off and it was stuck in the jack of my phone.
Did you buy one of those low grade wires from like the gas station for like $3?
Cheapest possible one you can buy.
Yeah, there you go.
I went to the dollar store and bought the cheapest one. I was so shocked at how cheap it was.
Well, last time we
one
pulled
I could
you
buy.
thought it was like $150 or something.
Yes, and that's why it was like 8. Like when it came to both the thingy that goes in the lighter and also the cord. Anyway, so I had to go buy a pair of tweezers to extract that thing from there.
Interesting. Paul, what was your comment?
Well, Tim said that his brain hurt. I thought maybe he had like a brain swell and maybe he needs Brian Robinson's big hat.
Oh, I love this big hat. You see this big hat?
Your thoughts?
Is this style you can
I
get
think
behind?
it looks awesome. I think it looks awesome.
He looks like fucking Dark Helmet.
Yeah, from Spaceballs.
Yeah, like it makes him look
tremendous.
like a little person. Like I thought when I
don't think so.
when I first saw the picture like come across my timeline, I thought it was a child wearing like a normal hat, but it was just Brian Robinson wearing a big hat. Would if I bought one for you, would you wear it all the time?
I already wear an oversized hat on your show most weeks.
No, I mean in your day-to-day
yes.
life. You don't wear the Jets hat in day-to-day life.
No, I wear that in very specific circumstances. I don't know if those hats are designed to be worn for day-to-day life.
What are they
I
designed?
think they're meant to be worn as a fashion statement.
You could be wearing a hat. Jeff, do you think you would wear one of these?
No.
They're the new sponsor of the show.
I don't know. I thought it was Photoshop for the first day.
No. It's just like that Russell Wilson quote. Who could actually know? I think that is fake, though. But it would make sense, is all I'm saying.
No, apparently that's real. Oh, the hat is real.
The hat is real, yeah, the quote. Yeah. I don't care if it's real or not. I'm just going to pretend like it is real and go with it. Anything else, Tim? I can give you some lessons on how to back up your phone. I'm sure the people
I still don't quite understand how to do it, but...
You don't really have to do anything. You just have to pay for the iCloud. It's like $1 a month. How much
have you gotten in any altercations at the grocery store?
Not that I can think of. Not that I can think. There was one. No, anyway. I think a lady was counting how many items I had in my basket.
What?
I think somebody was counting how many items I had in my basket in the checkout line.
In the express
line? Under 15 or whatever. Yeah.
How many?
But I had enough. I was below the number. But I just sensed that one lady was looking at my basket in a strange way, and I was going to say something, but I didn't. I was going to say, "You really interested in what I'm buying?" Like,
so you
realize my groceries are so interesting, but I didn't say anything. I kept it to myself, stayed quiet, and just didn't do anything. So it wasn't an altercation. I was the bigger man, but like this lady looked and leered over at my basket, and I was like, "Excuse me, why are you looking at the stuff I'm buying?"
Maybe she was interested in what you were buying. She maybe like, hey, maybe I want to buy that too. Not like you said.
I was buying nothing remarkable.
Not everyone is out to get you, Tim. The lady standing behind you in the express line.
No, the lesson here is that people are out to get me. I get it. This is clear, but no. She had a look on her face. It was. She was trying to count the numbers I had. I wish I had 16. I wish she had said something.
So you wanted to get into confrontation.
I was in a mood that day. I would have gotten into that confrontation.
What would you have done?
I would never have started it. But if
she called you out and said you got to get out of here,
I'd say, don't you have better things to do with your time, madam, than count how many things I have in my basket?
The funny thing is
then you'd be admitting she's right.
No, I mean, if I am over, I am over. But like, it's none of her business. I don't even know why I'm fighting with a hypothetical person who didn't say anything. I'm not going to do this. This sounds crazy.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, you think that she's like trying to pick a fight with you. She got like a lazy eye or something.
No. She didn't. She was just looking to see how many items I had in my handbasket. That's all. But I was under the number. I'm pretty certain.
Because
I wasn't buying anything unusual. I was buying nothing remarkable.
Well, I mean, you have a proclivity of lying on this show, as we've established in the past few weeks. That, I don't know, maybe you did have 16 in there. And then you were worried that she was going to call you out. No,
she didn't. I didn't. Just like, and I wouldn't call somebody out for that.
Yeah, but you would definitely count how many. If there was someone in front of you, I know you too well, that if it looked like they had more than 15 items, you would start counting their items.
I probably would, but I wouldn't say anything if they were over. I'd let it go.
You really don't seem like the type to let things go.
No, I don't like conflict. I don't try to start conflict. Now, if somebody starts the conflict with me, I deal with it. Like when that old man went at me about that mincemeat pie of mine, then I deal with it. But I don't go in my way to find trouble. Trouble finds me.
How do you deal with it? By hiding?
Running away and then not even buying the pie?
I ran away when I thought it was going to escalate beyond just shouting.
You thought he was going to hit you with his cane?
I don't know. I don't know what was going to go on. I was getting out of there.
So, Tim, just click on your settings icon on your phone. Can you do that for me?
Which one is that? Settings. Which one is that?
The one that says settings.
I don't use any of these things. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so at the very top, it should say TA, Tim Andercust. Like with Apple.
It does. Well, it doesn't say that.
So click on that one.
Okay.
And you see where it says iCloud?
New iCloud terms and conditions. To use iCloud on this phone, you must accept I don't want to just accept the terms.
You've already accepted the terms the moment you got the phone. Just hit yes.
You should send the write-up to your lawyer.
Do you read the terms and conditions for everything that you sign up for, Tim?
No, you can't. They're too big.
It's impossible. They do it intentionally.
They're too big. All right, so I accepted it, although I probably shouldn't have. Okay, I'm in there again.
Okay, so it should tell you right now is how many gigs that you have as a part of your iCloud. How many gigs do you have?
5 gigs.
So you have 5 gigs. So I pay, what's my plan? I share it with the family. I have 200 gigabytes, so I pay $4 a month. $4 a month for my iCloud. And it just
I'm currently using 0.9 gigabytes of storage.
So stuff is starting to upload already now that you've accepted. So your pictures, things like that.
I don't want that.
They'll all be in the cloud. Now you can pull it. Now your phone can be backed up. All your icons will be saved. All your apps will be saved. All your information can be saved that you can access it anytime you want.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
You asked me how to do it. I just showed you how to do it.
Okay, so my phone's backed up now.
I don't know if it's all the way backed up. You probably do a full backup. At 0.9 gigs, I doubt it's all backed up, but you just gotta fool around with it. I haven't used. You have iCloud backup, device backups. That's one of the options. Turn that on.
Anyway,
now all
it's
the pirates.
on.
Now all the pirates can see your dick pics.
Yeah. I'm confused by this. I'm closing this. Goodbye.
This is why you don't have your phone. This is why we can tell you that people carry around 5 phones on them to back up their phone. All you had to do was turn that on. You're good to go.
I switched off whatever thing you switched off.
Miami at San Francisco.
I'll just buy a new phone when the time comes. Let's get a new phone, and then they'll do the transfer right at the store for me, like last time.
Yeah,
the time before that.
But then you don't. Then you run the risk of the people at the store thinking that you're pathetic and don't know what's going on.
They don't care.
I mean, they do.
They deal with all kinds of senior citizens on a daily basis.
You're not a senior citizen. You're the youngest person on the show.
Okay.
So maybe don't hold
backup.
Maybe
you have backup phones, Jeff?
Do I back up my phone?
Both, I guess. Since apparently
I have my old phones, but if my phone just went kaput, I would just go buy one immediately. But yeah, I back up my phone. I have 2 children. And
all those pictures,
just those pictures. I don't take a ton, but they're worth a lot.
Yeah, I just email myself these things.
You email yourself every picture?
You're
basically my wife's. You're basically my wife's dad.
Not every picture, but things that I don't want to lose, I email myself. That way, I can know where it is.
But I don't know what I don't want to lose.
Yeah, you just want it all, and then you can pick after the fact. And we just
This
have
is all very confusing.
I'm actually lucky because my wife cares about that stuff. Every once in a while, she'll just take my phone and back it up to a hard drive because she wants what's on it.
Oh, she does the hard backup as well.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I assume the same thing with like Google Cloud. You have an Android, right? I always get the green text from you.
Yeah, sorry. Someone's got to support the competition.
I mean, apparently they're better according to people who have them. I'm just so used to Apple now, and all my stuff is Apple.
I have a Samsung, and I don't like it either.
You have a Samsung?
Not personal phone, but work phone.
Also, you have 2 phones.
Yeah, but for different purposes.
Oh, okay. So one's a burner phone?
No.
Oh, all right.
I was going to use this corner to complain about some annoyances I've had with technology, but then it occurred to me people don't want to hear me whine.
No, we
Want about that. So I actually came up with an alternative game plan.
Well, maybe, but what's just very quick version of what's been bothering you with technology? Did you finally back up your phone?
No, ever since I updated my app, my phone, to the new iOS, the fitness app won't leave me alone. The rings keep telling me I need to close the rings in terms of like steps and calories and stuff. And like it gets pushier and pushier and pushier every day. And it's really driving me nuts. Yes, I know I could delete it or I could turn off the push notifications, but I shouldn't have to do that.
I updated mine. I got the rings on the go too, but I didn't opt into doing it. You had to opt in.
I didn't opt into any rings. It just did it.
So you clicked on the rings. So you're just randomly getting push notifications from this app you've never opened.
I have no idea.
Tim,
I never saw rings. I never saw rings before this.
Why don't you just go turn it off right now? It takes less than 5 seconds.
I don't want to.
Are you mad?
I don't want to.
Are you mad that your app is bullying you for sitting down too much?
Well, it also doesn't know if I'm walking or not because I don't carry my phone everywhere I go.
Yeah, you do.
It doesn't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do.
And I don't know that my phone could figure out how many steps I was taking. I'm skeptical of the whole technology. I'm certainly skeptical of it need to tell me what to do. So that was what I was annoyed about. But what I actually have come up with is an old-fashioned list.
Oh God! All right.
I've decided I'm going to rank for the people the best board games. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Number 1 is Battleship.
What age?
Whoa! What?
Battleship is the best board game out there.
What are you, 4 years
can make
old?
the noise. You can make the noises. You can be strategic. You get to have the tactile fun of putting in the white pegs and the red pegs in different spot. It's fun. It's wholesome. Battleship is the number 1 board game. Number 2 board game is Crib. I think Crib is absolutely a blast to play. It's it's a bit old timey, sure, but it's a lot of fun, and it teaches you how to count quickly and use some strategy. I think it's the second best board game.
Now, you have to remember that although cribbage is a widely circulated game, it is far more common where we live.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not like a worldwide game?
It is a worldwide game, but it's not as prevalent in most other... I think it's the most popular where we live in the world.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't know what it is.
Really? It's the card game where you have the board and you move your pegs based on trying to make 15s?
Not a clue.
Okay. It's a great game. Number 3 is chess. That's the third best board game.
So you would rather play Battleship than chess?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Number 4 is Operation.
Operation.
I love Operation.
What
it's high stress. It's anxious. It's you have to be so precise to take out the funny bone and the water on the knee. It's fantastic. Then Risk.
When was the last time anyone over the age of 7 played Operation?
I don't know. Probably at those bougie board game cafes where all those hipsters are going to have their lattes with Irish whiskey in it. I'm sure they have the Operation there.
Not gonna lie to you, based on the way that you dress and drink now, these sound like the perfect places for you, especially with your playing fucking Battleship. Who are you playing Battleship
Battleship's
with?
so much fun. It's so much fun.
I could see playing
B-17.
a game. I mean, this is just like your affinity for bingo.
Bingo is so much fun too.
What are the sound effects that what's the whole board?
Oh,
of
if you hit
effects?
the submarine, you go.
What's the soundboard? What?
Like if it's a hit, like anytime I'm playing and someone says, if I say A4 and they go, that's a hit, I go. It's the same logic for why Sorry is next, because you can yick that sound in people's faces when you play Sorry.
What sound?
I mean, I'm still traumatized from being a kid. We played a lot of Sorry amongst my family, me being the youngest, and people did not want to take it easy on old Pat Mayo as like a 6-year-old. So my mom had this bell that every time there was a Sorry, people would just ring it in your face. It was not fun until you got to ring the bell. Then that was a lot of fun. But yeah, Sorry.
Yeah, Sorry. So Sorry after Risk is Sorry, and then there's a gap. Then there's Monopoly, which is below the gap because Monopoly and McDonald's is more fun to play than the board game Monopoly.
That's because you never win at. I mean, what did we have it down as? That you won one Monopoly game for every like 16 times we played, and there's only 3 of us.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but whatever. So that's Monopoly. Then I have Trouble, which is another game that I absolutely love. Then I have the Game of Life, which I also think is a lot of fun. You drive around in those cars. You get to. Then I have Trivial Pursuit.
You love Trivial Pursuit
because I dominate at it so much. It's kind of not fun anymore.
Oh, I see.
But and then the DFL is Clue. Clue is the worst board game. It was the worst board game movie because it had like 6 different endings.
Whoa! Clue the movie is fucking amazing.
No, any movie that has multiple endings and you don't know what ending you're going to get when you go to the movie theater indicates it's a bad movie.
Oh my God, you're going to get roasted for this one. They're remaking Clue the movie. It's so popular.
Hopefully they make a good version of it.
They're not going to be able to make it better than the original version.
The original Clue movie is awful. Clue the game is awful. I've never ever once played Clue. It's like, oh, that was a fun, evening around the table playing that. It's dumb. The whole conceit of it is dumb. I don't like it. It's a terrible board game. It should be banned.
Jeff, is this the worst CUST Corner ever?
Yeah, it's pretty shit. And also, like, his games are children's games. Like, half those games, I'm, Trouble, Sorry. I think I'm going to get she's into, she's been talking about Operation, so I'll probably get that as, small little Chachka holiday gift.
Operation's a lot of fun.
I just have a question. Your bougie hipster ways with your IPAs.
They're not bougie and hipster.
Shouldn't you be playing more sophisticated board games like this Settlers of Catan or some of these really fancy nerd out games?
No, because I'm not a nerd or a hipster. I don't play those games or the Magic the Gathering. I don't do that stuff.
I mean, I would say that if you were ever to hold a gun, you would most definitely hold a gun like someone who plays Magic the Gathering. That would be a for sure lock of that would be the Omaha Steaks premium pick of the week. Additionally, nerd and hipster is probably the 2 ways I would describe you to people.
No, I like to think of myself as cool and sort of hip. I'm sort of I have sort of a swagger and sort of a coolness factor.
Okay, listen, you do walk with the swagger. That's because your body gets so tight when you sit down, you limp everywhere when you stand up. We see it every Sunday.
That's not true. Not every Sunday.
It's every Sunday.
But no, I'm not a nerd. But some of these games, I guarantee you haven't played Battleship recently enough to appreciate how much fun that is.
Yeah, I played
you incorporate
it.
The sound
I have a Happy Meal toy recently.
Yeah,
it was some.
We used to play it. My wife and I used to play it at the breakfast place that we used to go to, the place where we met, actually. So I probably played it more recently than you have.
There you go, and then here you are denigrating it.
It's the only game that they have there.
So, what are your thoughts on online board game versus people?
I hate it.
Digital.
I had that Monopoly handheld video game. I hated it.
Well, hold on, the Monopoly handheld video game,
virtual.
No, but 20. No, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Are you talking about the one from 25 years ago?
Yes, with the buttons that were shaped like dice, and you rolled, and the dice were always rigged against me, and I could never win.
I feel like if you downloaded the app version of Monopoly, it's probably a better experience today than it was when it was a knockoff Game Boy game.
No, I don't want to play those games. I want to play real board games. I'm not some hipster weirdo that needs to go on the internet to play a board game.
But
who are you playing with?
Yeah, who are you playing with? You're not playing with anyone.
Well, sometimes we would play. We would get together and have a Risk night, or we would get together and have a Monopoly night or Trivia Pursuit night.
We have not had one of those in over a decade.
It's been a while, but we used to do it.
Yeah, we used to do it.
I could easily see it happening again. No, that's not true. Not that long ago. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, before you moved home, we did a Risk night.
All right, so before that, how long was it?
It probably another 3 or 4 years before that.
Battleship is such an elementary game. Like the digital online version, like handheld on their phone, playing against another human. Like, why is that bad?
Because it's more there's a whole tactile nature where you get to put the little red peg and the little white pegs in, and like you get to physically move around your boats to set up a perfect strategy. It's so much fun.
So, what is your optimal battleship strategy?
The 4 corners and the middle, but just slightly off the corner, and just slightly off the corner, and then in the dead center.
What's your best guessing? What's your guessing strategy?
The best guessing strategy, in my opinion, is to work the middle. Because most people, like it's just default, will put something in the middle. And
why would your list not include Guess Who if you're getting royalties from?
I don't like Guess Who.
I'm sorry. We're not the ones with Guess Who face there, Franz.
First, I don't have Guess Who face at all. Secondly, Guess Who is a debatable board game. There's no real board
it has a
involved.
Board. You have a board in front of you. It has your face on it.
It doesn't have. It's not a board. It's a plastic container with flip-up faces.
When I was younger, I had NFL Monopoly, and the Chargers didn't even have their own square. They had to share one with Arizona. And it's probably some dirt rent property too.
Do those
Mediterranean?
Do those localized Monopoly games like they must sell well if like every single city has their own version of Monopoly, right?
I bet you they sell well and they're never played.
Yeah, they're like a Christmas gift that never gets opened.
This is it. Like if I gave you local Monopoly for Christmas, you'd say, "Oh, thank you," and then in the closet it would go and it would never be touched.
I can see that.
That's why people would prefer a Subway gift card, Pat.
Well, I saw the commercial for it last night. The jingle for the Subway gift card. We're getting to that time of year, folks, where you're looking. This is a year where you're going to have a lot more people coming by the house to celebrate the holidays, and you never know who's going to come calling. And it's always a good idea to have a reservoir of cards. For people who show up that have a penchant for giving you gifts and you don't expect it, have on hand a couple, 3, 4, 5 Subway gift cards to give them as a gift. That way you don't feel weird when they give you a gift. At worst case scenario, you don't get these. I do not look like Franz at all. I don't have red hair. My chin is not shaped like that. I don't have brown eyes. I don't have Lilliputian lips. I look nothing like that. That person has bushy eyebrows. Mine are blonde and fine. I don't look anything like. I couldn't look less like that.
You have fucking who. You have fucking Guess Who face, pal. Admit it.
I don't have Guess Who face. Who could look at that and say that?
Everyone? If you Paul, put it up again. Paul, put it up again.
No.
There you go.
I don't look anything like that.
I mean, that's pretty dead on. So what Tim is saying about Subway gift cards, I think what people need to actually do is, instead of being a loser and giving something to fucking Subway, which no one wants, just go on to omahasteaks.com and send out. You just send some steaks to yourself. You can give out some handsome steaks, and everything on the site right now is 50% off, Jeff. And if you use code Mayo, you get an extra $30 off. Imagine being the loser who gives out Subway gift cards because you want to get the free money from the Subway gift card. Please.
No, it's there as a treasure trove of card to give out when people come calling and you didn't expect them and they give you a gift.
Okay, so I have to ask. I've never received anything from you. Who are you giving these to? Who's stopping by your house that you're giving the cards to?
I would not give you a Subway gift card because I know exactly what you would feel about it.
And he feels like you and Pat, like you would have a planned Christmas situation where he would plan to get you a gift. He's talking about random on-the-fly drop-ins.
Exactly.
Who is dropping in at Tim's place?
I don't know.
Random people will drop by.
Will they?
Who are like friends that you haven't seen in forever, or like distant relatives, and they show up with a card. They show up with a card in it with like some scratchers, and you're like, "Oh, I got to give them something." And well, again, nothing. Omaha Steaks is a gift that you give with thought and care.
Yeah, but you
the
can.
Subway
No,
gift card
it doesn't.
is there.
It doesn't need to be that way. Just order yourself the fucking steaks right now, and then it'll just have them at your house. Just hand them out to people.
Tim, imagine if someone showed up at your place, they gave you a card, and instead of giving them a Subway gift card, they left thinking Tim is such a POS, and then 5 days later, a box of Omaha Steak shows up, and it's from Tim. Hero. That's the sort of shit you can wear a medal around your neck for, buddy.
Yeah, but I also get a free 6-inch sub every time I spend $25 on gift cards.
There's coupons on the Subway app for free 6-inchers all the time.
There's also right now this McDonald's promotion, a different deal every day in December.
Oh, so it's
they're like an advent.
It's an
calendar
advent.
on the
Yeah.
app.
So do you?
It's a $5 meal today.
It is. You know what? That is great. That's
It's a good deal.
50% off.
Big Mac meal
It's a
for
good
$5.
deal.
That's
a
a
good
really good deal.
See,
I looked at that and I was like,
a deal. That's a deal worth them having my email address for.
yeah, I kind of agree. I agree. I looked at that and I was like, man, that is like, you can't afford not to buy it.
Can I complain? And
Yeah.
I'll talk to Garion directly here.
that you hate Garion?
No, I'll talk to him directly. These Raptors don't hit 3-pointers anymore. You used to
What
get
does this
free
show
French
become?
fries every time they hit a left. There'd be free
Oh,
all the time. Where I live, you'd get free McDonald's French fries because the Raptors hit enough 3-pointers. They don't hit any. Never. Never.
Do they still have the pizza deal where if they get to 100 points, you get a free slice?
No, and that was the worst because they'd be at 99.
And we
the
chanted
crowd would be chanting,
pizza, pizza, pizza.
No, it'd be
It was
very
great.
more like instead of the defense chant, it'd be pizza, like a very corny, like pizza. It would bother me so much. Like, you have to understand, the Raptors are new. People don't even understand the rules in Canada.
they're not new. They've been around for 25
No,
years.
but this was like an original promotion. And they'd be in
Okay.
some tie game with 1 minute left, and the crowd is chanting pizza. Like, we've come a long way. We've come a long way as a I mean, I've played no role in it, but the city has come a long way.
Were they still
as
playing
a-
their games in the Sky Dome then?
Yeah.
I
As
mean,
a season ticket holder. the first year.
Additionally, this was still going on while I lived in Toronto because I've went to those games and chanted pizza. So I
Yeah,
wanted
it
some
took a
fucking
long time.
I wanted some pizza.
Free shit will like almost trump anything. You see these people, they're in great seats and they're losing their minds for some free Gildan t-shirt. Like, chill out, man.
I like free stuff.
No, I'm saying people listen, I want free. I can afford free French fries. And you know what?
Oh,
I
sorry,
wouldn't even
Jeff,
go to
too
McDonald's.
rich.
But there's something about free that makes them taste better. And it's
Yes.
like, okay, fine. There's free medium fries on the Duke's app. Let's pull in there.
Like, come on. Like, how do you not go get that Big Mac meal today at $5? How do you pass?
Did you?
I'm not going today, but I did see it expire Sunday. So
In
I'll
4
hit it
days?
up.
Yeah, you have a couple of days. But like, how can you not? That's giving away food.
No,
for
that's
free.
that's a plus EV Coops.
It is.
So, Tim, how did you know about that? Were you just on the app, or was this one of the too many emails that you were getting?
Yes, okay, I forgot about this. Why is everyone sending me emails all of a sudden? Like, there used to be a time where I'd get 4 or 5 or 6 emails a day and I could easily dispatch them. My inbox is out of control. Right now, in my inbox, I'm going to tell you the exact number. I have 1,156 unread messages because I just can't get rid of them. They're coming in faster than I can dispatch them. I don't know what happened that, like, in the last 6 months to 8 months, I have been getting so many more emails than I can ever imagine. And people are like, I don't know why this is, where the explosion of these emails are coming from, but it's driving me nuts. Like, the number's growing and growing, and I just get anxious watching it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And like, the task has now become too big that I can't really tackle it. I could spend 10 minutes on my phone deleting emails, and it doesn't take a bite out of it. And it like just causes great panic when I see it. Why is everyone always sending me emails? I don't need a million emails a day.
You used
Why
to
is this
love
happening?
them. You used to say they were personal. They were
Because there were 4 or
personalized.
5 a day. Now I'm getting 24 a day, and it's just overwhelming.
Who are they from?
I don't know. Like, they're from different companies, different groups. Like, very few of them are like, so-and-so sat down and write me an email. There are a lot of them, most of them are corporate emails. But, like, It takes a lot of work to unsubscribe.
No,
to those emails.
it does not. You have two options.
I don't want to.
You have two.
Phished. And what if it's a really sophisticated email that's phishing me? And if I click on the unsubscribe, it's actually phished my computer, and then I'm phished. I don't want that. So it's better for me not to even. It's safer for me to just delete the emails rather than go in there and get phished.
It's online Black Friday deals that you missed.
It's not just that. It's been going on for months. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it.
Well, you have another option that you can do if you're too afraid to hit an unsubscribe button on an email, which is hilarious to begin with.
Because you can get phished. You told me this. That they're very sophisticated.
They're not super. It's like when you get the fake PayPal ones and everything's in Comic Sans font. Don't click on that.
Well, yeah,
that was
that's
pretty
not
obvious.
Sophisticated. That's obviously a fake one.
Then just do it from your phone and you'll be fine. The other way you can do it is
they'll phish my phone, and then they'll jailbreak it. God knows what'll happen to it.
You really are the mark, aren't you?
No, I don't want to be the mark.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the person who opens it up on his phone and then gets phished.
You're the mark. I see how this works. Just click on the email, and when you're in the body of the email, just hit spam. And anyone from that address will just get sent to spam. And then it won't be in your inbox.
But I want those Burger King emails.
Do you want the fucking emails or don't you want the emails?
Well, I want a couple. I don't want one every day.
Well, too bad. You're getting one every day.
I don't know why you need the emails. If you feel like going to Burger King, just open the app and see what the deals are. You don't need an email about them.
Well, because I don't think to open the apps every day, Jeff.
That's why This is why they need to send you a reminder email every day.
But no one goes out of their way to go to Burger King. It's like a last ditch.
Oh no, they've putting some product out the last few months that has been worth the price of admission. They're advertising this new zesty horseradish burger that looks so good.
Gross.
It was Paul that got me onto the Burger King elite level sandwiches. He was recommending various steakhouse ones and ones with the crispy onions.
Yeah, but you never got the pretzel burger because you guys had a snowstorm.
And pretzel buns are trash.
Or a hurricane or something. I don't know.
Yeah, hurricane. But I wish there was a way that I could sign up for one email a week from a company, not all kinds of emails. Because I'm finding it overwhelming.
Quit being a fucking snowflake, pal.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a snowflake, but I refuse to click on the links. I will not get phished. The safest way not to get phished is not to click on any links.
It's usually not the corporations phishing you.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not a code cracker. I don't know how these things work.
You're not a code cracker?
No, I'm not. I don't know how these things work.
You're not the John Nash of our time?
No, so the safest thing to do is just to delete them, but then they keep coming.
Well, you're going to miss saving $3, buddy.
Well, you laugh, but I like saving money. It makes me feel like a big man.
Yeah, I told you I like free French fries.
Who doesn't? Free stuff is the best. Well, I got at least one, and it's sort of something I touched on last week that keeps driving me nuts. I'm so tired of these rings on my Fit phone about the fitness. They're driving me up the wall. The passive-aggressive, oh, you haven't really reached your total today. Get moving. First, they don't know what I've been doing all day.
Why do you... See, I feel like if you just read things in a more positive voice, it would just seem a whole lot better.
Positive.
Yeah, it's meant to motivate you. You're just such a fucking slacker because you see me and our other friend keep sending you our rings every single day.
It's not helping.
Well, maybe you should just get off your ass. How about that?
It doesn't know what I'm doing. I don't carry my phone everywhere I go. I have those cordless headphones so that I don't have to carry my phone everywhere I go. That's kind of the point of it.
How do your wireless headphones work if your phone's not around?
I will lock my phone in the little locker in the gym and then go to the treadmill.
No, you fucking won't. That is absurd.
Because I don't want my phone stolen. I walk places without my phone in my hands all the time. Also, it doesn't know what kind of day I'm having. What if I'm having an exhausting day at work and I don't have the energy to do anything but lay down and rest?
Tim,
you know what? It doesn't know what kind of day I have.
Tim, you work for the government. Come on.
It doesn't know what kind of day I have.
No one thinks you work hard.
I don't need these push notifications that are basically bullying me. to tell me to close my... What does the rings know about me? It doesn't know the first thing about me. I don't understand why I need to I know I could delete the app, but now I refuse to. Now it's a matter of principle. I'm frustrated by these rings telling me, oh, you didn't quite meet your rings total today. Well, too bad. Like, life happens, and there are days where I don't even leave my apartment because I'm just not going to that day. I don't need the rings to tell me what I'm doing. It doesn't know what I'm doing. I could go out for a walk and not bring my phone so that I'm away from my phone.
How often do you go for a walk? You legit, we counted them between our group chat today. On average, over the past 14 days, you've sent over 300 messages a day in our chat. How often do you don't have your phone on you?
I would say for an hour or two a day, it happens.
And this is when you're going for your, coincidentally, when you're going for your walks, you don't bring your phone with you.
Sometimes I'll walk to the Starbucks that's not far from here, and go for a walk and get a coffee and not bring my phone, just so I can clear my mind and not think about my technology at all.
Jeff, does that sound very believable to you?
There's so many layers to this which are very mind-boggling. One, no, I want to save that one. First, like, you can curate your own experience. You can turn off these notifications.
Yes, I know, but now it's a matter of
no, I'm not
now
going
it's
to
being
let
stubborn.
I'm not going to give the app the upper hand. I'm not going to
I
let
won't.
it win. The notifications aren't going to stop unless you stop them or delete the app. You have the power to do it. People are like, I get so mad on the internet. Well, you can just
log off,
not go to that thing or not.
So you're on the side of the ring.
Discourse.
So you're on the ring side of things. That's where you come down on this.
No, I'm on the side that you can curate it any which way you freaking want, and you are to think I'm going to get one up on the app. I'm not saying it's like you're in a battle with the kids. Like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
No, it's not. No, it's not even like that. It's like Tim's feud with the fucking coin.
No,
sure.
but the rings are they think they're the eye of Sauron, who knows every move I make, but that's not true. It doesn't, and also it doesn't take into account maybe it's really snowy outside and I'm not able to do something. Maybe it's cold and I don't want to go outside.
Maybe the elevator's broken and I'm not going down the stairs.
Maybe I had an exhausting, stressful day at work, and what I need for my health is just to relax that evening. But the rings don't ask you those questions. They should be writing, you know what I've said to Pat, the types of comments the rings should be sending me are we know you're doing your best, try to keep it up, good work today, you took a few, it doesn't need to basically be criticizing every move I make and only quote unquote
you want this
praising
app
me.
To tell you you're doing great, reward yourself.
I want it to give me positive affirmations
when you do nothing.
The problem
it doesn't
here,
know my
Tim,
day. It shouldn't be so presumptuous.
The problem here is actually quite simple. It's you. You are the problem. You're triggered by no, hold on. You're triggered by this. You think McDonald's is offending people by saying 2 for 1 or 2 can dine. You're the problem.
You notice they stopped doing that.
You can't navigate very normal situations and then you get upset.
Well, I do get upset because I think it's wrong. The app doesn't know my day. The rings don't know what I've been doing that day. It also doesn't know what I need that day. It just presumes, oh, you better take these steps that only we can count, even though I'm not always with my phone. It'd be different if I had an Apple Watch or a Fitbit. Then it actually is attached to my person at all times, basically. But this phone is just making an approximation of what I might have done and then has the gall to criticize me for it. Honest to God, man. It's
criticize you. That's like when McDonald's calls you fat, right?
Yeah, how dare they? It's passive aggressive is what it is.
Paul, you had something to say?
The whole thing that it's passive aggressive, I'm kind of thinking of when he thinks old ladies are eyeballing how many items he has in the line and stuff.
She was too.
Not everyone is out to get you, their main character.
And it's not even people now. It's apps that are literally trying to encourage you to continue to do more. The problem is you're not doing nearly enough, and it doesn't care about how your day is.
Well, that's a problem, right?
Well, there's multi-million millionaires that are probably still getting their exercise in, even though they have very stressful days. Trust me, I don't work out anywhere close to what I should, but I'm also
rings are very mean to Paul.
I'm also not getting mad at my phone when I don't cross like the 5,000 steps that day, and it like gives me the little thing. I go, oh, I've been lazy sitting on my ass on the couch.
He also doesn't know.
Maybe I should get up and go take the dog for a walk.
Tim works for the government and doesn't have kids.
He doesn't have to leave his home.
I have stressful days like everybody else.
Everyone does,
and like. It also doesn't know how many steps I need. This is like This is like a rehash of that stupid serving sample nonsense. It also like everyone needs a different amount of steps each day. You don't know how many steps I need. You also don't know what kind of steps I take. What if I take big steps versus little steps?
You need more steps.
You don't know what kind of steps I'm taking.
Well, you also didn't. So
you're on the ring side too. You're all against me. You're all taking the side of the rings.
We also said that when you had to do 1 minute of a brisk walk, and when we told you what a brisk walk was, you said that was jogging.
For me, that would be jogging. Yes. Yes, it would be. That would be like the equivalent of that Olympic race walking.
3.5 on a treadmill isn't jogging. If you're someone who takes as big a steps as you say.
I do take big steps.
It doesn't sound like it.
I find that speed requires me to be in a very light jog.
See, now if you take really big steps, it wouldn't be.
Yes, it would.
I mean, considering I have little wee person legs, I can walk that no problem.
Well, I find that to be a bit quick. Not that I'm saying there's, at least I understand what 3.5 is. To me, that's not a brisk walk. That's a light jog.
See, I think 4 would be a brisk walk, as long as you're not jacking up like the treadmill to like 12.5. Like, I mean, Jeff, I guess you wouldn't know because when you went to Western, where's Western? Guelph?
London.
So London's pretty big. It has what, like 400, 500,000 people in it?
It's a big town, yeah.
Yeah. So I noticed, like, the biggest two things I've noticed between, I mean, there's a lot of big differences, but like living in Toronto and living in New York City versus living here or when I lived in Calgary or wherever it might be, is that people in big cities walk really fast and people in smaller cities walk really slow. Like, everyone is walking with a purpose in Toronto. Did you notice that living between two places? Like, the pace that, like, in New York, you can always tell who tourists are, one, because they're looking up at tall buildings, but two, they're not walking fast and they're just in the way of everyone.
Yeah, I would agree with that, although, you know, university, like, I lived off campus, but I lived in such a student, like, zone bubble that regular humans, like, even encountering them in London was weird, unless they were like doing a service. I don't mean servicing me. Oh, Jesus. I mean, like, just like working at like the stores or
delivering your pizza,
the liquor store, pizza guy,
delivering your Slurpee from 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah, or you know, we lived on top of a convenience store. So the guy, I guess, like, he knew my last name was Fienberg, and he'd always suck up to me by saying those motherfuck Hamas motherfuckers.
Was that during like the war?
No, he just would suck up. He just like he just make conversation. Oh, here's the Jewish guy. I'll insult Hamas. He'd been better off like insulting the Broncos. Like, if you want to like engage with me, I don't know how to reply to that. No, I mean it. I don't even know how to like have a conversation. I mean, I'm not a fan of. I don't disagree with what he's saying, but I don't know how. Like, that's not a conversation I'm going to engage in or know how to have a talk about. Yeah, I miss George. Yeah. Oh, college was great.
Paul, do you notice this between, like, even when you lived in Ottawa versus Toronto?
People here suck at driving.
Oh, yeah, people here suck at driving. It's outrageous. They all drive like Tim.
Everyone drives, like 10
Tim is
under
too
the
afraid
speed
to get
limit.
within 5 of the speed limit.
Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty brutal here for that. Yeah, I mean, in Toronto, people will have places to be.
Yeah.
I haven't done too much. I mean, I haven't really noticed it from a walking perspective, but in fairness, like, unless I go to downtown Halifax,
yeah, I guess
I don't really walk around all that often.
I guess the rings must hate you then.
They do. He already said that. Were you not listening to him, or were you just being in your main character?
No, like, I walk my dog, but my dog's an asshole who kind of does its own thing, so I don't really get up to the speed I want to get up to a lot of times because she goes and smells like a bush or something.
I'm wondering how it knows my steps. Like, could I shake it in such a way that it would think I'm walking when I'm not?
Why would you cheat it?
To shut the rings up, beat it at its own game.
Then turn off your fucking notifications.
Delete the app.
No. Now it's a matter of principle. Now it's a matter of principle. Now
You're gonna try to.
It just sounds like your favorite pastime is being triggered by things that you could prevent.
You know what?
I'm annoyed by it.
Rather than sitting on your ass, and if you're not going to go out or something like that, why don't you, like, if you're on your computer, walk around with your laptop in your apartment? Then you would at least get some steps.
I can't believe
You have to leave your house to get steps.
Don't use your device properly. Like, is something upset? I'm not saying you should live in a bubble where you only hear, people that agree with you and like want to suck up to you, but you should also like mute or block or disable things that upset you and bother you. Like, you can truly curate an experience to not have this happen. And you think you're going to win this fight. The computer's not going to stop sending you messages. Like, it's not going to end. So what's your plan?
I plan it to beat it at its own game.
Be healthier?
Then it accomplished what it set out to do.
But that's fine. But some of the tone and the assumptions that some of these that the rings make, I just don't like. I find hurtful.
You are projecting your own tone onto it. It's a computer. It has no tone.
It wants me to read it a particular way.
Factly. It's not insulting. It's just
but see, it's not matter of factly because it doesn't know what I'm doing.
Nothing.
It doesn't care what you're doing. You're not getting the job done from the step front.
Yeah, you're saying it knows what you're not
about.
doing, taking steps.
I could be taking steps and the phone doesn't know it because I haven't got the phone in my hand.
You always have the phone in your hand, Tim.
No, sometimes I don't.
When? Besides walking to Starbucks.
Yeah, sometimes I like to walk to Starbucks.
You're fucking lying. We know that you're lying about that. Because you would never not bring your phone with you out of the house in case you slipped and fell because you don't have the fucking I slipped and I have to press my button.
I don't have life alert.
Well, exactly. That's why you need to have your phone on you. You're too scared to go anywhere without your phone in case something happened to you.
I have a solution. I got it. Just put this phone away for a little and use your backup phone.
All right. That's very funny. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Okay. Although everyone I've asked has backup phones, so like I guess I'm weird that I don't.
Your backup phone doesn't have this app. You should just bring it out for a little bit.
Yeah, you should.
This phone didn't have this app till I did this refresh.
Well, then maybe you should go back and try to install the last version, not the updated.
Another example
of the notifications off for anything. Like, is your phone just constantly buzzing?
Constantly buzzing.
Like Harvey's is letting you know about it. Like everything.
Like BK let me know that there's a just the other day. BK let me know that their mozzarella sticks are $4 for $1.
Dude, we're in two separate. I mean, he's probably in more, but we're in two separate Facebook Messenger groups with like 14 other people that will sometimes I'll come back to and it'll have 1,000 messages in it. Pretty sure he has his notifications on for that.
I do have my notifications on.
Turn them off.
No, I don't know. Then I'll miss something.
Okay, so you're the guy who can't miss anything ever, yet you can go without your phone for 2 hours to go for a walk.
Because it's not 2 hours. It's like 20 minutes.
Dude, we don't believe you. You can't miss anything, yet you're just willingly going without your phone on the one place where you would probably want to have your phone on you.
No, I like the ability sometimes to detach.
You just said you don't want to miss anything.
Well, no, like during the run of a day, something could be said that's interesting. But if I'm going to miss things, then I'll miss them. I'll see it from the notifications when I get back to my phone.
Well, I asked me, like, trying to get away, it depends on what you do. What podcast do you normally listen to, like, when you go on your walks? This one?
Pardon me?
What podcast do you normally listen to on your walks? Like the Pat Mayo Experience? I'm trying to think of your frame of mind.
I don't usually listen unless it's the Best Bet show. I download them all.
Yeah, but which one, like when you're like what do you walk to? Like what puts you in the tranquil mood?
Depends. Sometimes I'll listen to sports ones. Other times I'll listen to political ones. That then those kind of get me riled up a bit. Or I'll listen to sports ones. Or I'll listen to his history podcasts. There was this great podcast on World War II I was listening to.
Listen to Cuomo's podcast.
Oh yeah, could you imagine? I would rather have my skin taken off with a cheese grater than listen to one word he had to say. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Or sometimes I'll just, and I know this is using my Wi-Fi data, but I'll just open up the YouTube and listen to music on a walk.
So that would be pretty hard to do if you didn't have your phone on you.
Oh yeah, not every walk.
Oh no, not everyone now. But here's exactly
but
what
if I go to Starbucks,
here are the
right by my
13
place.
things I do when I go for a walk. But no, I don't have my phone on me. Please.
Oh no, I usually do. But on this Starbucks one, Starbucks, as you know, is just halfway up the hill from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a short little jaunt. I don't mind, particularly at the end of in an evening after supper, to walk that supper off by going for a little walk up the hill to get a coffee quietly in the evening and then come back.
How long do you
Tim listens to
walk the supper off
music videos via YouTube with his phone in his pocket? That's how Tim listens to music.
Yes, I do.
The more egregious claim was like walking a 5-minute walk. He thinks that it's going to
It's not
walk
5.
off.
It's like 20. It's like 20 minutes, and it's up all the way uphill to get there.
20 minutes each way?
Not quite, or maybe like 16 minutes each way.
Maybe you're walking. Maybe you're killing like 100 calories.
16 minutes each
Oh,
way.
it's gotta be more than that.
No, walking 32 minutes.
Isn't it like 5 steps a calorie or something?
I don't know about that, bud.
No, it's not. Open your rings. You would find out. It'll tell you.
I don't want to look at my rings.
What are these
I'll tell you what
messages
my- you
that
know
it
what? I'll
sent?
tell you
Like,
what my
tell
ring-
us what it said.
Oh, I send them to Pat and the group all the time. Let's see, what is this stupid rings telling me right now? Today what does it say? Today I have 141 steps.
Jesus. Well, that's a problem. Like that's why you're on like bully level where they're like, get up. Like,
It is.
Are you an invalid? Get out of bed. What the hell?
I've walked
Like,
0.1 kilometers today.
Well, also, here's another one from our friend that he's put in the chat. Awesome job on your move ring yesterday, but there's a 200% move goal award in your future if you can get up to it. That sounds very positive.
Yesterday I walked 1,141 steps.
That is not very much. Like, if you
and
like...
0.85 kilometers. So, and I mean, that's
nothing.
a total of, it says total 2,413 calories. So that must have been the amount of calories I burned yesterday.
You're supposed to have like 10,
You think that you
10,000
walked
a day
0.8 of a
is
kilometer
what's
and you
healthy.
burned 2,000 calories?
Well, it says here in red, total 2,413 cal. What does that mean?
Where do you see total at?
If you open your actual day itself,
Yeah, okay.
you look at the day itself, and then you look at the clock from 0-100 to 2,400.
You mean like what the number is? Like
Underneath of it, it says total to cal.
Okay. Total
That's
cal.
what it's sort of in smaller red letters.
Okay,
Underneath
I see it here.
So I assume I walked 0.85 km, and that burned 2,400 calories. So yeah, it's like 5 steps a calorie, which is kind of what I thought.
Tim, you're not burning 2,400 calories by walking 1,000 steps.
He did
Well, but that's what the ring says.
141 steps today. I've done nothing. We've been working on shows all day, and I'm at 2970. Like
Today it says I burned 1,428 calories. That's only 141 steps.
Tim, you're not burning... Like, this might be the problem here. You are not burning that amount of calories.
But that's what the so what are so I don't know what the rings even mean anymore.
Like, it's telling me that, like, your movement calories, that I've burned 252, and I've taken 6,700 steps. Like, did you put your weight in as 3,000 pounds?
No, I
have
don't
you
know.
left your bed? Besides to go
Yes.
pee, because you said 141 steps today.
That's what this
That's
thing
like
says.
that sounds like just bathroom breaks.
But there was a good period of the day where it was just plugged in against the wall, and I wasn't using it.
And that's when you went on your 8-mile walk, right?
No, I have not left my apartment all day.
You gotta start moving. Movement's good for the body.
So yeah, 140. It's funny that I had exactly 1,000 more
Tim,
steps yesterday.
What happened to the mall walks? This is like it's bandwagon.
This
mall
is
season,
this
right?
is not the time of year you want to be going on mall walks. This is where all the weekend warriors are hanging out.
bandwagon maulers.
Yeah, bandwagon mall walkers are hanging around there right now. So no, that's not the place to be right now.
Tim, what does it say? So I'm looking where it says total the cal. What does it say in the gray cal number at the top of the graph?
I don't have a gray cal number on the top of the graph.
It says, for me, it says 84 cal.
See, I don't have anything like that. Oh, yeah, sorry. 3 cal.
That's what you've burned today.
What?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
You've taken 100.
You burn that many calories, but you burn a calorie every 5 steps. So how is it possible that I only burn 3?
Who told you that?
I don't know. I think I remember hearing that somewhere.
From who?
I don't know.
Did you make that up and then started believing it?
No, I'm sure I heard that somewhere.
I can assure you, your 143 steps did not burn you 1,400 calories or whatever you said it was.
Well, it did seem high.
It should. Because at that pace, you would be losing, I don't know, 12 pounds a week. So maybe there's something off with those numbers?
I mean, clearly there is, but I find this whole app very befuddling.
That 3 number is the one you should be focusing on.
One day, was it Saturday? Oh, well, we'll talk about that later, another time, that problem. Saturday, I walked, 3,173 steps.
That's not a lot. Like, you should be trying to get around
half the ring.
I get that. I mean, the rings are a pretty low baseline since you set what the baseline is for it. Like, you should be trying to get 10,000 a day. That's what people should be doing. That's what's, like, recommended.
And then I had 3,000 on the day before that. 1,500 on Sunday.
Like, we do the same thing on Sunday. And what did I have on Sunday? I had 6,200.
And 1,500.
Yeah, you got to get some movement in.
Sorry, it updated. I'm at 3,800, and I literally haven't really done anything. I didn't even take the dog for a walk today. Like, you should be clearing 5K should be like the absolute minimum that you have in like any sort of given day.
Well, like I said, I haven't left my apartment yet today.
Okay,
I haven't. All right, I'll talk about why people should get parking tickets more often next week.
Oh, I have a big thing. I was talking to Paul about this earlier because here we have the parking ban when it becomes winter. That I think it should be legal for snowplows to crash into people's cars if they park on the road.
Well, I had to go to I went to a concert Saturday night and I parked a great distance away to
Why
park
do you
illegally.
Always park so far away from everything? Why are you so cheap?
Because I refuse to park illegally.
Why are you so cheap though? You can pay for the parking that's closer.
No, there was no pay for not on Saturday night. There's no parking that I could pay for that was close.
It's just like
not where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I parked legally, but quite a ways away, and I walked by all these people who were parked illegally. None of them had tickets. I walked back. None of them had tickets. A lot of people need to be getting parking tickets, and I don't understand why they aren't giving out more parking tickets. They're 5% of them are probably scofflaws who don't care, but 95% of people don't want to break the rules. They're just getting away with it.
Wrong.
Yeah,
a lot more people need to be getting parking tickets.
I illegally park all the time, and it's the cost of doing business ticket. If I can park illegally 10 times without getting caught, I've already won.
I wish that we had the resources to ticket people every single time just about they park illegally. They'd stop.
Shout out to our guy, Ariel, who we used to work with at Fantasy Sports Network. We just bring our parking tickets to, I don't know if you did, Jeff, but I used to just bring my parking tickets to him and it'd be like, yeah, instead of owing like $1,000, you owe $20 and you're good. You just call in and like dispute them.
Okay. I vehemently agree with Tim Anderson, probably for different reasons, but society has become a muck. People, these pretentious fucks, they think just because you want Tim Hortons doesn't mean you can fucking park your car anywhere you want.
Yes, okay? You're right.
There's I'm just running in for a car. I don't give a shit. On top of that, I've complained about it before, but these motherfucking Uber Eats drivers that just idle in like the 3 spots at like local in-city places to get food. Kill them all. All of them. I'm telling you, these Uber things have made it, these Uber Eats have made, because they're not like, not to say like being a taxi driver is like a trained art of driving, or that I think taxis and bike riders think they own the roads and that no rules actually apply to them. But at least taxi driver, like pretentiousness of the Uber Eats driver and how they think they can park absolutely everywhere is contributing to the downfall of society.
Listen,
Well said.
Don't give out tickets.
For the most part. I agree with most of that.
Smash up people's cars. If you park illegally, you're open game to have your windows broken or something like that. Then people won't do it.
I have no problem with a draconian state. None. I don't give a shit. There should be photos. You parked illegally. You didn't pay for it. Ticket on the camera. Boom. You can't renew your license unless you pay that bitch. Sorry. You want to see what I'm doing on my phone? Shit. I'm reading about the Chargers or gambling or maybe some like porn. Like, that's what you want to see? I don't know. Only if you're up to no good should you be afraid.
It's common courtesy to not treat people like you're more important than they are by parking illegally. Violates that. Your time is no more important than anybody else's. You don't have any special rights stamped on your passport that allows you to park where other people can't.
What if you're
show respect for other?
What if you're a diplomat?
Well, then
I say all this because
show respect for your fellow citizen and be a good person and a good citizen and a good member of your community. And don't park wherever you feel like.
It
says you can't park there. You can't park there.
I'm just passionate about it. I've been passionate about it before, but I literally almost got run over this week because an Uber Eats driver parked so egregiously, like in a walking lane, that like for me to get around the car's on the other side, like just normal people trying to abide the rules would have had no chance to see me. And a guy almost literally clipped me. And I got a wheel that still feels wonky. We're not a year out yet. I mean, you'd laugh if you saw me cross the street when that ticker has 5 seconds left on it. Like it's still like probably a humorous scene. Cause I'd still it was a vicious one I suffered. And we're still not fully there. So yeah, no, screw them all. Ticket them all. All of them. Pay them more.
And make it more expensive too. To make it more expensive too. So that people can't just say, oh, it's a cost of doing business. Make it really expensive for a parking ticket if it's not your first one. First one is a grace area. After that, like, don't be so selfish. Jeff is off to look for treasure. Don't be so selfish. Park where you're allowed to park. Don't park where you're not allowed to park.
Just do what I do. Park wherever you want. If they give you a house and be like, I'm TV's Pat Mayo. Fuck you, pal. And just keep walking. You know what? They say nothing to you. Not the cops. They'll give you a ticket and probably tow you. But normal people, what are they going to do? Paul.
Well, sure, normal people.
Can we talk smack about people who park on the road when they have like an empty driveway?
That's how this came up earlier today.
Those people drive me crazy because just like I drive by them all the time on like a relatively busy road near the office
and
here.
It's a narrow
and it's
road.
very hilly.
Yeah.
It's pretty narrow. It's like there's really not parking. Like there's no signs for it, so I guess it's legal, but it's like you probably shouldn't. And like if they'll have people on both sides of the road, it's just like if you're driving by, it's like you got to be very, very careful. Like, because you have to cross the line, and if two of you are going by at the exact same time, like if you have a spot in your driveway, it's like why don't you park in your driveway? I just never really understood that. So yeah, screw those people too.
And also you're like mom 4x4 pulling over for your fucking Starbucks. Get the fuck out of here for your $14 medium. I fucking hate you. Thinking you pretentious fuck can park wherever you want just because you're running in to get a coffee. I wish the eye in the sky caught them all.
First, I want to complain about something, and then I want to solicit some advice from anyway. So the first thing I want to complain about is something I've noticed the last year or so, and it's the prevalence of mini cans of pop that I'm noticing in stores that are being promoted heavily to consumers. Now, I won't say I've never bought mini cans because I have before, like to go to a barbecue or something outdoors where you don't want to bring a big, heavy, full case of DC with you. But I feel
DC.
You don't want to do that, or you don't still want to carry the whole case. So you buy little tiny mini can 6-packs to crush at a barbecue or something. But like, I am noticing, and here we are, Christmas time, as far from barbecues as possible. Everywhere I go, I am seeing on TV and I'm seeing in stores promotions for mini cans of pop. And like, I feel like I'm being judged. Like, oh, you shouldn't be having full cans of pop, sir, even though the cans have been the same size for like 50 years and people are used to the size and weight and the 335 milliliters. No. Who is it that's buying the mini cans? Who are they for? Because they're no good for mix. They're no good for. Why are people buying the mini cans? I feel like I am being coerced through advertisement in the stores. I said TV, now maybe it isn't even on TV, but it's definitely in stores. I'm seeing them arranged in such a way in the store to put them at eye level and to promote their purchase for me, and my stuff is at the very bottom, what I want. I don't like the mini cans. I don't think they're reasonable. I think it's a waste of aluminum, and I don't like the mini bottles either. I think they're a waste. Why are these being shoved at me? Basically, it's like a judgment of me saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be buying the regular size cans. That's too much for you."
This is one of your more pathetic main characters.
Yeah, I know.
I'll let Pat go first. This is such pathetic main character syndrome, to think everything's about you and not realize, as I'm sure Pat's going to articulate to you, why these make actually so much sense.
Are they for children? Is that why?
No, I love them. I always buy mini cans. I do have full cans around for the use of the world if you come over and you want a full can. But most of the time, I just don't feel like drinking an entire can of soda, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's not much. It's the same size.
I'm not you. I don't drink a ton of fucking soda.
It's the same size as Ben.
Not everyone's ordering 2-for-1 meals and thinking it's for one person. Like it's a good serving of soda for older people. Like my dad's gotten into the
my grandma loves a good
soda can go stale. So, like, do you know how many times people probably, if you throw a party, how much soda you're cleaning up after? And so many of these cans have 40%, 60% of what's in them just go.
That never happens at my house.
I'm not afraid to throw a party and waste soda. It's not the biggest deal, but they're so much more practical. They're good for cocktails. I don't know why your main character syndrome can prevent your brain, your synapses from creating all these like dozens of normal reasons they exist.
And the biggest reason I think for them to exist is not to try to get the Tims of the world to buy the mini cans. It's to get the me's of the world and people that don't normally drink soda to coax you in to be like, "Wow, it's not that much. Why don't you buy a 6-pack of mini cans?"
Much. But a regular can is not that much.
It's more than
the same amount.
I don't. You drink like 40 of these a day. I drink none of these a day.
It's not a lot to Cam, who will drink like 2 missiles of Pepsi, or at least his pre-diabetes. Yeah, one can, it's like a fist. I get it. But to a lot of people, Tim, it's actually way more soda than they need in one 350 milliliter can or whatever.
335 milliliters. I think you need
Paul wants to jump in with this.
Jeff touched on it a little bit. I think a lot of it has to do with like cocktails, though. Like at the Mayo Media Network Christmas party, I was making Ryan diets, as I am wont to do. And I would have to leave like half of a can, just out there, because I'm using a smaller glass, and when I make it, I'm not using the entire can. Like nobody's walking around with like 600 milliliter cups. So
and you'll notice that at bars as well. Like, especially like if you ever go down south to an all-inclusive, they don't want to waste any of that stuff. But if they're doing it from cans, like they will pour you your drink from the can, then they'll keep the can, which is open, behind the bar so they can use it again to fill up another glass. They don't waste everything.
Yeah, and you're not having a full service bar at some Christmas parties. Yeah. Like a bartender would take the full-size can and save it for the next person and pour it in that. If you are just having people serve their own cocktails, like
it's not going to decarbonate fast. It's not going to decarbonate fast enough.
And Pat's even mentioned that people can offer both for soda junkies. I get it, Tim. I drink soda. It's maybe one of the reasons if I could just
but you wait. You wait till next thing you know, I get on an airplane. That's the size can they start serving me, because it's a way to get around giving me a full size.
But you have to ask for, even on the airplane, you have to ask for the whole can. If you want the whole can. I always do, because I want the whole can. Okay, and they'll give it to you.
So I'm worried they're going to downsize. You're worried they're going to, and I'm very concerned that this becomes like a default size of can. And so I am fighting a rearguard action here to ensure that this doesn't take over as the conventional size of pop cans. I want to fight against it completely, not give an inch. This is the camel's nose under the tent, right? If you give an inch, you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a glass of milk. Isn't that the old book? So you don't give an inch.
If it were up to Bloomberg.
Oh, yeah, well, if we're up to him, you wouldn't be able to get a small DC at McDonald's. That would be against the law or something. No, look, I'm right about this. There's an incentive promotion of this boutique mini can stuff, which can only come in a few flavors, and I have to bend all the way down to the floor to grab my cases of stuff, and that's not accidental. As you guys have said before, they're quite strategic about where they put stuff on the shelves for the purposes of purchasing. My purchases are being decentivized. I feel like I'm lesser than by not purchasing the things at eye level. When I'm going beyond eye level, it's like I feel like I'm being judged, and I don't like it. And there's a privileging of these mini cans, and I don't support it.
Well, the reason that they put them down there, because addicts like yourself aren't not going to buy the soda, so they don't give a shit where they put that. You're going to go.
I'm not an addict.
It's the people like me that they want to bring into the fold. They're trying to expand their user base, not limit their user base. And I feel like they accomplished that.
How about just look after me? How about look after me?
They are looking after you. They haven't changed anything. In the world of things that are like slippery slope issues, this is the one that you're concerned about.
I'm the people who keep these things going. And
you're never going anywhere. We've established this. You're always going to buy it.
I might go somewhere else.
Where are you going to go? It was like when you said you wouldn't watch the Jets game next week.
I might not. I might not watch on. I said this in our text thread. I might not even watch on Thursday. I might go out to the movies or something.
To watch Avatar?
I'd like to go see a good movie, not that piece of trash. Which, as you show, the reviews say the visuals are beautiful, but the storyline is garbage. Which, it only took James Cameron 12 years to figure out how to make this movie. So I guess we got to give him a pass on writing a script that's coherent.
Really?
This is one of your, on the surface, not that insane takes, but really when you deep dive it the tentacles on it expose how insane you really are, that you live in this world by yourself thinking everything is
out to get you.
You are the star of a movie. You think the Truman Show is happening around
No,
you.
I don't. No, I don't. But what I'm very concerned about is that again, once again, John Q. Public, like myself, who's the ordinary customer, is being inconvenienced in terms of having to bend down on the shelf, and more importantly, seeing the products that we're never going to buy put up on a pedestal as the great promotion. When those of us, I just feel like, again, like my choices are being judged.
Stopped lifting? Didn't you stop your lifting regime? So picking up a couple pallets off the floor, who gives a shit?
The point. That is not the point. It just feel like, particularly in stores, you see them being advertised as like the thing to buy. And it hurts my feelings, to be honest with you, when I see that.
Sometimes you hear on the news.
Hold on, Snowflake. I think you need to fucking toughen up, pal.
No, it's just come on, man. Put at eye level the stuff that the regular customer is buying on a daily basis. Why inconvenience my life?
What bugs you more? The fact that it's too small for you, the fact that you have to that it's getting a spot on the shelf. It's so insane when you even talk about it more.
Maybe it's a covert operation by the government. They've infiltrated the soda companies to say, look, these people who are buying the big cans tend to, have a bit more weight.
They're not big cans; they're just regular cans. Stop calling them cans.
No, we're calling them. We're calling them the big cans.
No, we're not.
If we put them at the bottom, they're a little bit heavier. This will at least get them a little bit of exercise.
I'm at 81 steps today, by the way.
Oh my god!
I just sent it to you in the group thread. You can
that was the question I was going to ask.
You can see it's even timestamped.
Maybe you should walk over to the convenience store and buy some DCs there.
You
bud.
can see it's timestamped from the cans. I have 81 steps in.
81.
You burned 3 calories walking today, according to this.
Yeah, I don't carry my phone with me everywhere.
You've walked 0.06 of a kilometer.
Yeah, those rings are out to get me.
That's
you did let our friend at the Christmas party set your daily ring to 1,000 calories, which would require 20,000 steps.
Well, he said it was doable.
I mean, it's theoretically, yes, it is doable. You're not going to do it. You can't get past 100.
I can, but anyway.
Oh my God. That's not. Are you? Well, last week we bullied you into going on the treadmill afterwards. You're going to go for a walk for 45 minutes after this? Get your steps up?
No, I have an errand to run this evening, so I won't be doing that.
And then you can reward yourself with some steps.
Yeah,
and a big can of Coke.
So again, the big cans are the king cans. That's what a big can is.
Listen.
Or like what that
cans.
brisk iced tea is in. Those are the big cans. Regular cans are not big cans. Stop calling it that.
Big cans. No, I'm good with big cans.
No. Again, this is the sort of stuff that makes me feel bad.
Well, I'm sorry that you have chosen to feel badly about that, but that's a you problem, not a me problem.
And if I see a commercial for mini cans on TV, I will lose my mind this Christmas.
Mini.
It's just supposed to be a happy and enjoyable time of year, and I don't need them encouraging me to buy the little cans. And that was going to actually cut into my second point was, give me and give the people some advice. It's Christmas time. We're going to parties. We're going to family events. What if we don't want to be the most unhealthy person imaginable? What do you advise we do?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
I didn't hear what the question was.
So it's Christmas time. People are going to family gatherings. They're going to be
just ask me the question. I don't need the whole I don't need.
Well, no, but the preamble is essential.
I got lost in the preamble. What's the actual essential question?
What are people supposed to do if they don't want to be the most unhealthy person this Christmas? What are they supposed to do?
Like diet tips? I mean, this is the part of the year that
No, not dieting. I don't say don't diet, but if you don't want to be the most unhealthy person imaginable, what should you do? What are the EV moves?
Start with mini cans.
I don't even know why I asked. I was trying to get the people some help.
I just want to say about this entire thing that it's not like chocolate bars or bags of chips where like the actual packaging has been getting smaller. It's like they've just included more sizes. You still can get your 2 liters. You can still get your 355s, 600s, 1 liter. Like it's all still available to you. You're just mad about more options.
No, it's not the options that I'm mad about. I'm mad about the prioritization of what I feel is actually a very dumb development. People don't want less of it. They want more of it.
Well, how about this? What if it is the king size can that you talked about? What if it was the other way? What if it was a king size can of Coke that was being promoted and the normal big cans were underneath of it, not the mini cans up top?
I'd be annoyed by that too, for different reasons.
You'd be fucking buying the king size cans.
No, I wouldn't. It's like, how would Paul feel if Monster started only advertising mini cans of Monster everywhere?
He'd probably love that.
Was basically
were Red Bull.
And they were basically judging
like Red Bull already does
judging you.
Cans.
They were basically judging you for your consumption of the Monster cans you choose. I think you'd feel the exact same way as I do.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't feel that at all. Why would I? No, Red Bull already does this. Their cans are like 250 milliliters.
Yeah, but Red Bull came first. They're doing a different game.
They have bigger cans too if you want to get a bigger Red Bull.
Yeah, they do.
I think Monster actually does have smaller little cans for people who want to like mix it with their booze or whatever. Like they'll never market it that way, but I think that's what it's there for. Like it already exists. You can get Monster, plain Monster, like 250s, the same size as like a Red Bull. And I do not get triggered by that whatsoever. It's just like, oh, small cans, cool.
Why do you accept, say, the mini chocolate bar?
Well, I think that the mini chocolate bar has a time and place at Halloween. I'm also the person who says you should give out full-size chocolate bars. And at the grocery, at the gas station,
which you don't do, by the way.
And through the year, at the gas station or grocery store, it's full-size chocolate bars that you see. You only see the mini ones for a very short period of time for a certain occasion. I'd have a real problem if they tried to turn the mini ones into the regular full-size ones. I'd feel deeply hurt by that, and I would object to it.
So you're like that guy. There's some famous guy in Britain who I can't trust me. I can't stand that phone.
Oh my goodness.
No, I can't stand that phony Markle. I can't stand her one bit. She's such a phony. But I'll give her props for literally turning like grown men into pretzels and writing full-on editorials that they can't sleep at night because they're so mad at her.
You mean Tim?
Like that's you. Like that's you over soda.
It matters, okay?
It doesn't. To quote The Rock, it doesn't matter.
Like, I think the mini cans have a very small and short time and place, and it's not for mixing drinks.
You act like the mini cans are like a new development. They've been around for fucking like half decade.
Yeah, but I feel like they've been really pushed the last few months to a year. Like they've been really like incentivized in the marketplace.
Yeah, they're good for parties.
No, they're bad for parties. They're bad for parties. Bad.
Do you throw a party ever?
No.
I wouldn't have mini cans. You have full-size cans. It's not going to go flat in the 20 minutes it takes for you to pour your next drink. That's not how carbonation works.
To answer your question from earlier, how do people try not to be the most unhealthy person around over the holidays? The answer is exercise throughout the holidays. Eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's the time to indulge. And there's going to be ample opportunity to indulge with anything that you want to eat. Just get your like half hour of exercise in every day and you'll still feel fine. You won't gain a bunch of weight. That's what I do.
That's you know what? That's very good advice.
Now, even if it's something as simple as, like, I remember I came home one year and didn't have a gym membership, so I was just stuck at my house, at my grandparents' house, for like 5 days when I came home over the holidays. I just put on YouTube, like, at-home workouts, half hour, boom, and just did a half hour a day. I felt a lot better by the end of it. And that's something you can do on the go. You don't need a ton of space. It's free to access. Just follow along. And it's not like they're super, I mean, you can do super intensive like HIIT workouts if you wanted to. You don't have to do that. Just get yourself moving. Don't take 71 steps a day over the holidays.
I just got a push notification that told me I can still do it.
That's nice.
I'm only 997 calories away from my goal. And I'll close my ring.
I mean, if you went to the treadmill after this and ran at, let's say, 7.5 miles per hour for 40 minutes, you'd get there.
Yeah, that's probably true. Or if I went to a spin class.
Have you ever been to a spin class?
Yes, I have. They're incredibly intense. Incredibly intense.
I feel like that would be the motivation you would need. You'd have some guy up there or some woman up there yelling like, you, maggot, can do it. You stand up on that right now.
Honestly, I kind of preferred the way the Gentle Aquafit did things.
Yeah, well, you're not going to burn your 1,000 calories that way, pal.
The regular Aquafit, you will, not Gentle Aquafit.
Well, you never said anything about regular Aquafit. You always
said
you
work your way up to that.
Oh, okay.
What's your problem with oatmeal, Jeff? You think oatmeal's not good?
I didn't say oatmeal's not good.
Well, apparently you don't like it.
No, you literally use the adjective "fun" to describe oatmeal.
It is fun.
No, it isn't.
If you chop up the various fruits and nuts and put your brown sugar and your honey and your syrup on it,
listen,
it's a lot of fun.
Jeff, when you get to Jeff, when you get to the point of your life,
outside with your friends is fun. Like, what do you mean fun?
Listen, when you get to the stage of life where you have to take your teeth out to eat, oatmeal, pretty fun, I suppose.
Oh, stop it. Look, there are days if I know I'm having oatmeal for breakfast, like that type of oatmeal for breakfast in the morning, I like want to be asleep immediately so I can get up and have that oatmeal right away. I'm not even exaggerating. It's a lot of fun. Like, what a thing to look forward to. Like, it's just a symphony of flavors. I mean, it's like anything, it can be done poorly, but if it's done right, like when we went on a golfing trip, for example, and I had these delicious steel cut oats, and I was mocked for them. They were the most delicious breakfast that you've ever had. Most delicious. Full of these fresh fruits and syrup. It's delicious. It's healthy. It sticks to your ribs.
You realize that if you add syrup to it, it's no longer healthy, right?
Well, no, and it is healthy, and I'll tell you why.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Because it fills you up, and
you
don't have interest in eating for quite a while afterwards.
Most food should do that to you in general if you eat to the point where you're full.
Well, but no, I'm sorry. You told me I shouldn't be eating until I feel full. Now you're backtracking.
Now, I'm saying that to 99.9% of the population. You don't know how to do that. You don't know when you're full and you just keep eating.
I only know when I'm full when it's too late.
Yes. That's why I told you to stop.
Everything you said there, we went on a little rant about it being healthy and nutritious and good for you.
It is.
Even if you want to go as far as to call it delicious, I don't agree, but I won't make fun of you for it.
Well, you've never had good oatmeal then.
Calling it fun is like going
like
swimming
it's exciting.
is fun.
No,
Like,
it's exciting.
Like going on a water slide is fun.
Some water slides.
Tim seems like he'd be terrified of water slides.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Are you sure?
I don't like the super steep ones, but
Why?
a regular water slide, don't want to fall out.
Do you think that's a big problem for you? You have good inertia.
I'm always afraid of that. But no, look, they are fun. I don't understand the criticism of oatmeal. I think it's a delicious, healthy breakfast.
Like, oatmeal is something you start to eat when you, like, develop health problems.
That's not true.
It's like, oh, my cholesterol's high. I guess I gotta eat oatmeal in the morning. Now I can't have bacon anymore.
No one is
perhaps
making
some people
fun of oatmeal by saying oatmeal is not fun. No. I'm just saying it fun. Like, in the context of how many steps you take a day, I guess oatmeal ends up being fun.
Well, now that I have this new iPhone watch, I know
it's called an Apple Watch. Stop calling it an iWatch.
Or whatever. Like it counts my steps a lot more accurately now.
Oh yeah. So how many steps did you have yesterday?
Yesterday, well, wasn't that many.
Well, how many? Tell us.
Hold on. What was yesterday? Yesterday was 1,098.
Oh my god.
Today, though, I'm over 3,000.
So you've hit the American average for the first time in like a month.
Yeah,
you know how fat Americans are who don't move.
So over 3,000 today, and actually, I kept getting like positive affirmations from the watch all day.
Didn't your watch suggest that you? Didn't your watch
suggest
you stand up yesterday because it had been so long?
Yeah. Yes, yesterday because I had a nap and then I woke up and got off the couch and then I had another nap. But then, it was a busy day and I had another turkey dinner and Boxing Day stuff and so.
To go back to oatmeal is a fun food. I just saw that Dan Orlovsky.
It is fun.
It's not. I just saw that Dan Orlovsky retweeted a thing. It's like, oh, give yourself the amount of points if you haven't, skipped school, broke a bone, fired a gun, met a celebrity, smoked, gotten a piercing, there's a list of like 20 things. He has he give himself 7 points. Like, he seems like a guy that would think that oatmeal is a lot of fun. Not like, people who actually have fun.
Well, see, that's, again, you don't know what you're talking about. You've clearly never had a delicious homemade steel-cut oats bowl of oatmeal.
When you say homemade, you mean you're opening the fucking package and boiling water.
You're boiling the oats. You're boiling the water. You're cutting up all the fruit. You're cutting up or splitting the nuts. You're mixing it all together. You're squeezing in the honey. That's what homemade oatmeal is. And it's amazing.
I think it's delicious. I wouldn't argue with you. Like, that's what you want, but it's not fun.
Well, so you and I disagree on that.
You go to bed excited to wake up to eat oatmeal.
Oh yeah, there are times where I literally, if I know I'm having this the next morning, I want to go to bed now, so I'm up for it.
Then why don't you? Or why don't you just eat the oatmeal then?
No, it's a breakfast thing. And again, it's super healthy for you because it fills you, and you aren't hungry throughout the whole day.
You realize that you realize that
diet soda too, right? It fills you.
You realize
so you're not hungry the rest of the day, and then that way you don't eat.
Well, that's not actually true because aspartame makes you hungrier. So that's not true.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Decarbonation fills you up. You have enough of it. It fills you up.
Go look at any study on aspartame. It will lead you to the same conclusion that it just makes you hungrier.
Well, there are other people who feel differently.
Yeah, there's a person on our text thread who might be one of the craziest people alive, along with you, who thinks the same way.
I think he's reasonable here.
But really, you think he has very reasonable takes?
On this in this instance,
because
yes.
When he agrees with you, he's very reasonable. But everything else that he says pertains to the world.
He said, if you want to get in shape, you need to be drinking Diet Pop. That's all there is to it. Those are his exact words, and I agree with them.
I mean, who, out of everyone in our text thread, who weighs the most? The two people who drink Diet Coke. It seems to be working.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Really? You don't think that might be a common theme?
No, I actually don't.
But shouldn't you guys be the thinnest if it's so good for you?
No, because that is mistaking the logic.
Oh, okay. What's the logic then?
Weight loss isn't possible without Diet Coke, but Diet Coke drinking doesn't mean weight loss. Like those aren't two sides of the same coin.
I mean, I don't drink it. I seem to be able to lose weight.
You'd do even better if you drank DC.
I don't think so. I think water works well enough for me, pal.
Water doesn't satisfy the way that pops out.
When you're I'm not addicted to it like you are.
I'm not addicted either.
You're just like, you know what's a great way to lose weight, Jeff? Cocaine.
I went to my grandmother's, Jeff, for Boxing Day lunch, and she pulled out a mini can from her fridge.
You mean a regular can? That's what we're calling them. Because that's what they're called. Tim's trying to say that the mega cans that he's so used to drinking are regular sized cans. But it's not. She had normal cans.
And she told me the reason that she buys the mini cans is because it's a senior size thing. I was like, that makes sense.
In the same way that as an option last week.
In the same way that like seniors get like smaller meals at restaurants or whatever, or there are senior specials that are smaller in size. Mini cans are just so if you're a senior citizen, I understand why you'd buy mini cans.
You also hold on, Jeff. He also suggested that she still not buy the regular can to get the mega can like him and just pour the rest down the sink.
I think I stand by that. It would be cheaper. It would be cheaper.
Tim,
it's cheaper to buy in bulk. Get the regular cans, and if it's too much,
mega can. They're called Tim. They're called. If you don't say mega cans, no one's going to know what you're talking about.
No one knows what you're talking about.
No, seemingly everyone is. We just had a conversation with two other people, and three of us agreed on one way, and you thought it was some weird other way. But we. How about when one person agrees with you, you seem to think that the world agrees with you. When we all tell you it's not, when we tell you it's not, it's not. We're not lying to you.
No, you are in this instance. No. Still buy the regular cans and pour out what you don't need.
Yeah,
you're saving money that way.
You think that's a good idea? Just be as wasteful as possible.
It's cheaper to buy
from the same fucking case. Idiot who said, "Well, if you turn on your shower to make it hot, that's so wasteful."
Well, I always step into the shower before I turn it on. I'm not a crazy person.
Well, Tim, when you watch all this football and all this like horrible winter weather and snow, are you amazed the players are able to play football around all this litter?
That's funny, Jeff. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make a case for me to be the most insane. But look, you're going to win, bud.
I see. I don't know about that.
You're going to win
unless you have some sort of smoking gun about all of this. The ice is litter is a pretty strong one, and that's not even going to win like top 3.
I mean, it can be littering. If you're driving down the road or you're in McDonald's and you're just sitting there and you throw your ice on the ground, you're littering.
You can't litter. You can't litter in a building, by the way.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
Litter's not exclusively an outdoor
It is. Littering is an outdoor activity.
If I'm walking through the office and I just throw garbage on the ground, I've littered.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you're just being an asshole, but it's not littering.
I don't think littering. I'm going to look up the dictionary definition of the word littering and see if the word outside actually is in it. I don't think it is.
Are you going to send a strongly worded letter to Webster's?
It's being untidy with rubbish or a large number of objects being left lying around. Clothes and newspapers littered to the floor. There you have it.
So you would say that
is not required.
So what you're saying is that if you throw your sweater on the ground, not in the laundry basket, you're littering?
No, that's not refuse. Isn't
that just what it said?
No,
so you just said clothes on. You just said clothes on the ground by the definition.
Yeah, like your floor is littered with clothing.
So does that mean it's littering then?
Anytime you're a guest at someone's house,
you just litter.
You leave and you leave your litter.
And Pat will
as Pat will attest, he walked into the house today, having not been here since Saturday, and there was 4 coffee cups there.
I put my coffee cup in the garbage.
No, you didn't. It was right in your fucking seat. Sunday Night Live, he left his DC on the desk as well. I had to clean it up.
Oh, I've been getting much better at it, though.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I like that you think you're getting better at it because you don't know that you're doing things.
You just assume they haven't happened.
He thinks like you're at Fox News, and it's like a full blown Paul's like the studio manager is supposed to come clean it up after.
No, I don't look at it that way.
Then how do you look at it then? Because it certainly
I've been putting my garbage a lot more actively into the trash.
What the fuck does you think you have? And just do it.
I have been doing it.
No, you haven't. You did it.
Yes, I'm not been perfect.
You did it 2 weeks in a row. So you've done it 2 out of 16 weeks this year.
Oh, I feel like it's been weeks and weeks and weeks since you yelled at me on the show. It's been like 12 weeks.
Because I just stopped caring at a certain point. But now you're saying that you're doing it. I have to go clean up after you.
I'm pretty sure, but I have been putting it in.
You haven't been. Who do you want to trust? Me, who actually cleans up the shit, or you fucking leaves it around and doesn't remember? Who do you think has a better account of what's going on here?
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about it.
You shouldn't.
But I'm just.
You shouldn't, but you're going to anyway, and then you're going to leave your shit around again. You're like, well, I most definitely. No, I definitely threw that out. I definitely threw it out. And then you did.
I thought I did.
Stop thinking. Start doing. Be a doer.
I thought I had.
Littering around the house. Now that apparently I wouldn't even have called it littering, but now that you've educated me on it, littering inside my own house.
I mean, throwing ice out of your cup on the ground is littering. I'm sorry. It just is.
So raining is littering.
No, that's Mother Nature.
So hail is littering.
No, if you can't finish your McDonald's Coke and then roll down the window while you're driving on the road and fire the contents out.
Jeff, I'm not going to lie to you. I've done this many times.
All the time.
Yeah.
I've even been in the drive-through just to.
I was always afraid they would capture my license plate and find me.
And do what?
For littering.
You're fucked,
Literally,
pal.
I'm terrified.
You are
terrified
fucking twisted.
No,
Tim,
I'm terrified that the cameras would capture my license plate and I'd get a ticket for littering.
You are something, Tim. Because I wouldn't want to litter, what I would do is say there's a cup in my cup holder. It still had liquid in it. I would dump the ice, the liquid, out my window, and I'd put the cup
in the garbage.
I don't know, somewhere. Well, if I didn't have a garbage, on a car seat or on the floor, but I'd get it out of there within my next 1-2 trips in the car. I'm not dropping the cup on the ground, but I need that cup holder now. So I'm emptying the liquid contents of that cup, and I never consider myself to be littering. Ever.
Yeah, you could be pouring remnants of Coke on the ground. That's littering.
It's not. And this action is taken by every sane person in the world.
I would never do that.
I know. Why do you think I preface that by sane person?
I thought of it and was literally they're going to capture my license plate and send me a fine.
Well, that's even crazier than thinking that that's littering. That the McDonald's drive-thru is going to call the fucking police because you poured 2 ice cubes out your window onto the ground before you threw out your trash. And you think they're
literally am afraid of that.
Yeah, Tim. McDonald's, you're about to go spend $18 on a meal for one, and they're calling the cops on you.
Stop it. These are concerns that I have.
That's a real main character thing, by the way.
No, it's not.
Oh, I dumped out my ice. They're going to call the cops on me if I do it.
How was that main character?
Because they don't fucking care about you. Yeah. That's why they wouldn't do it.
It's not main character.
You think you're being surveilled.
Yeah,
it might be.
You think everyone's watching you at all times.
I assume all the drive-thrus are being surveilled.
I'm sure there's a camera there. Not what they're looking for there, pal.
I don't know what they're looking for.
Really? Let's
lie about me having guess who face. I don't know what's going on.
Let's try to rank the reasons why you would have a surveillance camera at a drive-thru, Tim. Let's see. So number 1 is littering. What's number 2?
No, it's not the number 1 reason, but they would still check it.
The cameras are there to see that there's customers, and what do you mean?
Assume the number 1 reason is so the customer drives off with the stuff, they can get them.
If you drove off with the stuff at a drive-thru, they wouldn't even call the cops on you for that.
Well, it's theft.
Yeah, they just don't care.
If I were working there, I'd care.
Tim,
you would never be. You don't have the capabilities of working in a fast food restaurant.
I'm sure I could.
Really? Okay, well, let's no, hold on. Let's do this. I know someone who owns a fast food place. Let's get Tim on the headset, taking people's orders and talking to them, driving through the car. You comfortable with that?
I mean, for an afternoon, I'm sure I could do it.
No, 40 hours a week.
I wouldn't want to do it for 40 hours.
Why not? Because you couldn't.
Because it would be grueling. And I don't want it. I already have a 40-hour-a-week job. I don't need another one.
I mean, come on, 40-hour a week. Let's not kid ourselves here.
I don't need. I don't look down my nose at the work those people are
doing.
I'm
not. I am saying you physically could not do it. You're afraid to call people on the phone. You think you can take their orders and give them change? Not a chance.
It would be. I think they have a hard job. God bless them for being open Christmas night.
Paul,
would you be very uncomfortable with like the intercom system? Because it's kind of like a phone. Like you're not actually calling anybody, but they're like constantly calling you.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Imagine.
So why is making an order through the drive-thru more comfortable than you say ordering a pizza on the phone, which you would forbid to do?
I don't. You know what? That is a very good question, and I don't know the answer to that. I wish I could answer you, Jeffrey. I don't know. It just doesn't bother me.
Do you think it's automated? Do you think the police would get notified automated, or the 18-year-old employee?
I assume they call in. Like, I assume they report to the police all the thefts that they have, and they have the license plate of the thieves.
No, I'm talking about thieves. I'm talking about the littering.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, same. Like, I saw this person do this.
Do you know one time I got a call, I stole gas, but listen.
Wait. How did you stole gas?
Not on purpose. Let me explain this.
You filled up the car and then just hightailed it?
No, that's why I didn't think I stole gas.
You thought it was free?
So I filled up
the free gas day.
What's interesting is there actually is a way. They saw my license plate and the police called me. So let me tell you, I filled up my car with gas. I went into the store, like, they're so attractive. There's, you Americans, you can go into Wawa and get lost for a half hour, or Bucky Bees or something. Anyhow, go in the store. I get myself maybe a little snack and a drink. I go pay. I didn't even look at like what the dollar amount was. I assume the guy also charged me for the gas. I paid for a drink and a snack and walked out back into my car and didn't go. And to Americans, this will sound really weird, but in Canada, you can fill up you don't need a prepay. They trust us. You can just fill up your car with gas and then go in and pay.
Shouldn't trust you.
It's not like you guys have to go in and prepay. No, so it's like, this is so weird. I went in the store. Of course I paid. And then I looked at my like instant banking. It was like a $5 charge. I was like, okay, yeah. So I went back, I paid.
But then you still got called by the police?
I got called by the police.
And that's how you knew to look at what the charge was?
I got called by the police. They told me I stole gas.
My God.
It seemed
you would have like trembled, eh? What
happened? Totally.
It sounded
I'd be concerned I have a criminal record.
Why? Do you not know how criminal records work?
Well, it was theft.
You didn't get fucking charged with anything.
Well, it's petty larceny, but it's still larceny.
You didn't get charged with anything.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's still on your record, though.
What are you talking about?
Like your record. Like I'm sure. Like
is this like those phony fucking permanent records from like your high school file, which don't exist?
Like I assume it just gets all entered into the database. When they do the credit check or whatever on you, it's all there.
So like when I clear customs, it'll come up as like gas thief. Watch out.
Well, I'd be concerned of it.
I wouldn't.
Oh, I get very concerned about these things.
It sounds like you should just like learn what matters and what doesn't, and don't be concerned about the stuff that legitimately doesn't matter.
Well, maybe I can't tell the difference.
I think we're learning that every single week. On your record.
I thought it would be on your record.
They made a courtesy call to him and be like, hey, did you forget to pay for your gas, basically?
Was it that friendly, Jeff, or was it you're a thief and you stole gas?
Well, it was incredibly friendly. And then obviously I had like a back and forth. It was like, I did this. Like, They even acknowledge, the camera shows you like go in and out of the store, or go in and out of like.
Did you have to like send them a copy of the receipt or something to prove that you went back and paid?
No,
the gas station knew. I went. The guy like I guess they know. Like they probably have a little file. Like
okay.
I just showed the car. He knew exactly what.
So it was on your file, but then you paid and it went off your file.
What file?
What do you mean by file?
What are you talking about?
I mean, like a note at the gas station to say like a guy in a black Lincoln.
I thought you meant your permanent file. There was a note, and then
what permanent file? What are you talking about?
Okay.
No, answer me.
Your personal file. Would have any of the run-ins you would have had with the law.
You're talking about your criminal record.
Sheet, they call it.
Yes, that is a criminal record. When you have not been charged for a crime, it's not on your criminal record. It's not in a fucking honor system where you have to like self-report yourself for littering.
I really don't know how it works.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God.
Well, this is the life I lead.
Oatmeal's fun, huh?
It is fun, but
that should be on your fucking criminal record. That's a crime against humanity.
Oatmeal is a lot of fun.
You know what? Lucky Charms are fun. Oatmeal is not. Oatmeal is an indicator that you're 10 days away from fucking death.
Oatmeal is fun. My Apple Watch is fun too.
You like it?
I love my Apple Watch.
Besides counting your steps, what do you do? Do you always say like to go over and out, like to use it like a walkie-talkie?
Yes, I do, for text messaging.
Tim, out of curiosity, 4 or 5 years ago when you first saw the Apple Watch, you thought it was like bougie and unnecessary, and who are these people wearing it, right?
Sort of, but now I've come to realize it's actually pretty cool. I can like answer text messages by voice with my phone, with my watch. Like, that's such a cool functionality.
Was that not something you thought it could do?
I just didn't know. But like, I was like, oh, how do I type back to a text message? And I was like, oh, there's a microphone. You push it. And so what you do with these, right, is the text message comes up and there's a microphone. You push the button and then you can speak into the watch itself. And it like hears what you say, records it, and then you can send it back.
Is this like you playing with your trunk that has a button that can close and open?
Oh, I've
never owned a watch could do this.
I mean, your phone can do that too. You know that, right? You can do voice.
No. My phone. Well, I don't know how. You can send like voice messages on your phone. Yes, but it's just a recording of your voice.
You can also do voice to text
on my watch.
On your phone too.
Well, maybe I don't know how to do that.
There's no maybe. You can. See, why are you saying maybe? I'm telling you that you can. It's like when I tell you don't pick. It's like when I tell you don't pick up your shit. I'm not lying to you. Despite your crazy reflection of how, I mean, whatever's wrong with your memory, I don't know. But I'm telling you, you didn't need an Apple Watch to do voice text.
Well, I do voice text with this now.
But you could have been doing it the entire time. Paul has been wanting to chime in here for a second. Are you not concerned that your phone is actually spying on you at all times right now, Top Cat?
Well, my phone's been spying on me for the last year, apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Saturday night or Sunday evening, I turn my phone on and it tells me I should be going to the studio house to watch football. And like, I know it's listening to me. I know it knows where I'm going now.
Would you consider your watch your backup phone?
That's a good point. I guess it is, because you see... What happened, right, and is that when you activate the watch, there's like this weird like digital cloud of how it reads my phone, and then it like tethers together. So like whatever's on my phone is on my watch. So it's like an auxiliary phone, you might say. It's like a wrist phone.
So you didn't even have to bring this into the store to get them to connect. You were able to do that all by yourself?
I had help, but it works now.
But you didn't have to go into the store to do it.
No, I didn't have to go into the store to do it.
Now imagine if that same technology existed, not just between an Apple Watch and an iPhone, but between, let's say, I don't know, an iPhone and an iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
I would guess it would work pretty similarly.
Maybe it would.
Maybe
say,
it would.
Yeah, maybe it would. I don't know.
But maybe
the other cool thing about my watch is that like when I'm getting a text, like it just vibrates on my wrist. That's really cool.
Do you ever give yourself a tug and get someone to text you?
No.
Are you sure?
Gonna take that to the yurt?
You'd probably like things in your pocket more if you put your watch in there and let it vibrate.
No. Stop it.
Yeah, you could go to the yurt and then you could give the masseuse the Apple Watch and then you could just text yourself the entire time.
No, stop it.
Anyway, I'm happy you got your Apple Watch. Maybe your step count will go way up.
It has gone way up, and my exercise has gone way up. And I stood for 5 hours today.
Why?
That's what I set. Oh,
you went shopping, didn't you?
Yes, I went. So I set it up so that I'd have the blue ring for standing, 5 of 12 hours for that, and pink ring is the way it works with these people. Most people don't have this. The way it works is that you got 3 rings, right? The larger outside one is reddish pink, and that's how many steps and like for example, I burned 375 calories today just by moving. And then there is the exercise ring. That's the second one. That's green in color. Then the third one is your standing ring. How long you've been standing? And so I've been standing nearly for 5 hours today.
This is like the most exercise you've gotten since golf season ended, isn't it?
I don't know that that's true.
But maybe it is.
Trying to think.
Paul?
Tim went shopping among the casuals?
It's Boxing Day sales, pal.
I thought he avoided malls and mall walks altogether during this time of year.
It wasn't a mall walk. It was trying to find purchases.
Jeff, he went to 3 separate supermarkets to find black grapes.
Found them.
Grapes.
I wanted black grapes and triple cream brie.
Which you were stunned to find out was full of calories.
Well, I still can't believe that a piece that small could be that caloric.
Oh, we're revealing the Custy Award nominations next week, by the way.
I think the ballot for Jeff's greatest rival is by far the most interesting.
Oh no! See, I thought
particularly as new candidates have emerged in the last few weeks.
No. I mean, that's probably the second most fun one to talk about. Your most insane take this year is off the fucking rails. There's like 4 options, and like no one's gonna know what to do.
Oh, thank you for sorry. Well, you would bring a box of frozen mozzarella sticks.
No. Oh, mozzarella sticks.
To a Christmas potluck?
Yes. Mozzarella sticks are sticks are the A1 of appetizers.
As I think, Paul, like someone's cooking a turkey or a ham or making like a homemade pastry, and you're just gonna go waltz into the grocery store
with St. Hubert's chicken, St. Hubert's matzo stick.
Employee where the frozen food is because you couldn't find the freezer yourself. Pull out a box of $11.99 matzo sticks and say, I'm coming to your potluck.
That is precisely what I am saying.
You're a savage.
And I will get nothing but credit for it. People are hyped about mozzarella sticks everywhere you go. People love them. They can't get enough of them. If you make them at a party and they're on a table of appetizers, they go first. People are excited about mozzarella sticks.
Also, I have no doubts at the Christmas party, you didn't tell a soul about these meatballs. You only raved about them after. You spent the night hawking them.
I told at least one person.
Most of the time when people are at a party and a dish is delicious, they let people know.
Well, actually, okay. Two people. I know I told Paul. I knew Paul would like them.
He kept it under wraps so he could just pocket the whole dish.
Well, first, it's not my responsibility to tell people about what's on the table in front of everybody. That's not my job. I'm not there to be the hype man for the appetizers on the table. Although I mentioned it to our friend Tim and I mentioned it to Paul because I know there's only certain things that Paul can
I don't
have.
recall
And so
you
I knew
telling me anything about.
I stood
meatballs.
right next to you, and you said you liked the pork belly better because you weren't sure what was in the meatballs,
I never had
and you
pork
weren't sure.
belly either. Who
Now
were
look,
talking
you
to?
were like 14 whiskeys deep, so maybe you don't remember.
That is true.
Yeah,
No,
but yeah,
I
but
think
that
I only
conversation
ate
happened.
scallops, which were delicious.
And they were also delicious. But look, it's not my job to tell everybody that the meatballs. I'm not the host. I'm a guest. It's not like I was blocking the sun so they couldn't get to them. But did I have an eye on those meatballs? Sure, I did. They were delicious. Once everybody's had a fair game at them, they're mine. But mozzarella, I don't know why fast food places don't switch to mozzarella sticks instead of fries or onion rings.
Because
People would love that.
Because
I
people
agree.
like
People
like fries
mozzarella
and no, people like fries and onion rings more, and people like fries more.
I'm not sure.
Matzo sticks.
You
are
you
great.
ran this poll.
That's a thing that you
Well-
can do at Arby's.
And Burger King.
Yeah, that should let you know why.
Those are
Anyway.
like bad matzo.
But you
sticks,
don't.
though.
You think that's good potluck form?
I have a potluck that I am going to on Friday, and I'm probably going to bring mozzarella sticks.
You're not even going to cook them at home. You're literally just going to bring the frozen food aisle box.
Well, you can cook them there. You can microwave them or put them in an oven or something when you get there.
No, because the oven is for people who actually cook. Like, how do I put? It was explained to you on the Christmas show.
Okay, but you know what? Microwave mozzarella sticks are also awesome, and I can speak from experience. I've had them many times, and they're good.
No.
Yes.
I guarantee they probably say do not microwave on 99% of matzo sticks that are out there.
I can't imagine why it would say do
Because
not.
it wouldn't be
on your
crispy on the
unsafe.
outside. Like they would just get
It
all
has a
soggy.
coating already. No, it's fine.
Oh my god.
It's fine. You don't know.
Egregious take. Look
Again,
at-
mozzarella
look what you
sticks
did to
are
Jeff.
the well, but like Jeff has to know this. They're the A1. Like if you're doing a fantasy draft of appetizers, mozzarella sticks go first. They have to.
I mean, you just named 3 things I had at my party that are better than mozzarella sticks.
They were phenomenal, but they aren't better than mozzarella sticks.
They very much are. There's a reason we didn't have mozzarella sticks because it wasn't a real low party for one thing.
Well, again, the idea that because you don't care for them that they're somehow low.
I
indicates.
No.
Why don't you go touch some grass and ask people what they really like as appetizers? And what they'll tell you is that matzo sticks are a top tier dish.
A top tier dish. Your frozen fucking mozzarella. I didn't serve you fucking frozen meatballs, pal.
They don't have to be frozen. They can be cooked any way you want. You can deep fry them. You can bake them however you wish.
Yes, but what I'm telling you is that you can buy frozen meatballs, and then you can cook those and put those out. Those taste like shit.
You could also
that's
buy
not true.
You could buy like real mozzarella and breadcrumbs and do a whole production, and then maybe the potluck would respect you.
There you go, Paul.
Also, anybody who is like sub 500 steps on their step counter today should never tell anybody to go touch grass. Just saying.
I don't know
What's the
why
step
that's
count at
relevant.
today? What's the step count at today?
Today is low, but yesterday was like
What's low?
6,600.
Okay, that's good.
Today is no more than like 1,300.
Okay. That's all
But
I have to say.
I've been closing my rings ever since I got the iPhone watch. I've been closing my rings almost every day. So there's that.
Killing it. All right, should we move on to the next set of games?
Well, I just don't know why Jeff felt like he needed to attack me for bringing matzo sticks to a potluck, as if people wouldn't be
a
hyped.
box. You can't bring a box of food from the frozen food aisle to a potluck.
Of course
Hey,
you can.
Is your oven available to this potluck where you have 15 people over that actually made an effort and want to serve potentially the food hot?
Well, again, so you're judging me and making me feel like that the oven space isn't just as much mine as somebody else's, and like I don't agree.
It's not your
I'll just
house. If you came
Yeah, but
over
once
and
they
I had
see
like
you
a
bring lots of
roast,
sticks, they're like they will find space. For
I'd be like, okay, thank you, Tim. I would put it into my freezer, and then we wouldn't make them that day. Maybe you could make them after like
it
the
would be
actual meal.
Then it would be then it's a Frank Costanza situation where I bring him the hell home with me. If you're just going to put them in your freezer, I didn't bring as a gift. I didn't bring them for you as it was not a bottle of wine. I brought them for us to eat at a potluck. If you're going to shove them in your freezer, I 100% am taking my food home with me.
I don't know if this is a bit because like when you come over to watch football, you leave your DCs behind. You don't bring those home with you.
Yeah, because he's
I don't
coming
bring
back.
them there as potluck. I'm coming back, and I don't care if other people drink them. But I'm not bringing them there as a gift for the house, even though people are allowed to have them. I brought the matzo sticks for this potluck we're having. And if you're going to take them like a cheap bottle of wine and put them in your room or in the freezer, I'm going to take them back.
They're worth less than a cheap bottle of wine.
So, like, if you so little respect for the mozzarella sticks, which would be better than 99% of anything else to be on the table, then I'm taking them home. I'll eat them myself.
But don't they live in the freezer? Isn't that where you're supposed to put them?
Well, yes, when you're going to keep them there for a period of time. But if you're going to cook them, they need to come out. Paul just said he would take them and put them in his freezer for some day later. No, you wouldn't.
I mean, Paul might.
Under no circumstances.
I'm just saying, you can show up with like cold cuts or something like that to a potluck if you don't want to make an actual dish.
Well, I don't need to make a dish.
Well, I mean,
there's bring something that everybody loves.
There's a theory of a potluck. I feel like you're supposed to bring a dish of some sort, not go to the frozen food aisle and be like, oh, here's a frozen pizza I brought. Let's make it. Like, you're supposed to have it made by the time you show up. I feel like is sort of the idea of the potluck.
I don't agree. And as someone who's been to a lot of potlucks, that's not the way that I have ever approached it.
You've been to a lot of potlucks?
A lot of potlucks, more than I'd like to admit.
Really?
Yeah.
And you normally bring matzo sticks to these?
Not always, but you asked me what the best thing I could bring was. And that would be the best thing I could bring. I often, as I mentioned on the show, bring a fruit tray. Because you can grab it on the way. It's real easy. And people love fruit, and it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, whatever's easiest for you. You just don't want to put any thought into why do you even go to the potlucks?
Well, because I actually really like potlucks.
It sounds like you like to eat other people's food at the potlucks.
Oh, and they're delicious. I love a good potluck.
You seem to be a taker, not a contributor to the potluck.
Well, no, I'm bringing stuff. The fruit trays always get eaten. What are you talking about?
It seems like people are doing some heavy lifting and you're doing nothing.
Everybody has his or her own skill to contribute. That's mine.
Why don't you bring a bunch of that oatmeal you're so fond of?
Well, oatmeal's not really a potluck food.
But it's a party food.
I don't even know if it's a party food. It's just like a blast.
Well, that sounds like a party food.
Yeah, but it's more like a morning time blast. I don't know.
Most times people reserve their morning blast for the shower, but that's
that's terrible.
Taking it home with you is just bad etiquette, Tim. Don't get in the habit of doing that type of stuff.
You know what's bad etiquette?
You bring something over to someone's house, you leave it there.
Bad etiquette is taking the gift they brought for the potluck and shoving it in your freezer because you don't think it's good enough for your potluck.
No, because the oven's actually in use with something that everyone's going to eat.
Then the oven will be free as soon as they take their stuff out, so I can put mine in. It doesn't take them long.
They're probably not going to eat your matzo sticks.
I won't be. Others, I guarantee you, others won't be. People go back for seconds at potlucks.
You would be more than welcome to make your matzo sticks after the roast beef is out of the oven. In this situation.
Well, you made it sound like you were going to consign it to the freezer because it wasn't worth the effort of having it at your potluck.
I mean, I can't eat them, but I would love to eat them. I love matzo sticks. I'm team matzo.
Well, that's different.
You know what are better than matzo sticks? Jalapeno poppers.
They're not, but they're good.
No, they're better.
No, they're better.
It depends.
No, they're better. Done right, the best. Because you can get bacon in those too. Delicious.
You can, but sometimes they can be really hot, and people don't warn you about how hot they're going to be.
Most of us are giant fucking pussies and can eat a fucking jalapeno.
I mean, temperature-wise.
The grocery store level jalapeno poppers are kind of like they're pretty horrible.
Sure. Okay. You know what I would be on board for?
Oh, I don't mind those.
Of course you don't. No, I'm talking about like restaurant quality. I'd be down for Tim bringing matzo sticks to a potluck if he went to a restaurant, ordered like $50 worth and brought them over, like deep fried from a restaurant. I'd be into that.
Burger King's a restaurant.
Oh my god.
Well, you just said a restaurant.
Like a real restaurant.
It's not a real restaurant. It's not real food they're serving. I mean, I know Jeff said that the chicken nuggets would cure coronavirus, but
I said if you have eaten the chicken nuggets and survived, then you could probably survive COVID. No problem.
I think that's milder than what you actually said.
Mayo experience.